Cubs pregame live, presented by Fields Auto Group.
For the second time in as many weeks, John Lester looking to finish off a three-game sweep of the Pirates. He'll take the mound this afternoon at Wrigley Field as the Northsiders look to go 20 games above 500. First pitch coming your way at 1:20 right here on Comcast Sportsnet. Hello and welcome everyone to Cubs pregame live presented by Fields Auto Group. Along with Todd Hollinsworth, I'm Kelly Kroll, and here's the deal, Todd. This season, the Cubs 5-0 already against the Pirates. A lot's being made of whether or not Joe Maddon's club is already in the head of the Bucks. What do you think? Is that possible this early in the season?
You know what? They take things day at a time. I don't really think they get too carried away with who they're playing. I mean, that's evident by the 15-2 record against the Central Division. That's the Pirates, that's the Reds, that's the Cardinals. They're taking care of business. Those are great statements. This team has played great baseball. Yes, they have definitely made a statement, certainly against the Pittsburgh Pirates, but that's not a short list. That's a long list. A lot of respect for this Pirates ball club. They're going to come out and fight today. They're trying to turn the tides and get their season moving in the right direction. But this Cubs team has looked a bit invincible here in the early going.
And so far, all of the players being very diplomatic with their answers. They know how good this Pirates team is, and like Todd just said, they're obviously just taking it one game at a time. Well, we're going to give you just a few minutes here to get interactive with our show. I want you to go grab your cell phone, your laptops, whatever it is you have, your tabloids, and jump on csnchicago.com/vote. And in just a few minutes, we'll bring you our live fan vote. We'll send out the question, and you can give us your thoughts this afternoon and get interactive with our show. For now, let's go ahead and send it over to Layla Rahimi, who is working the Cubs clubhouse this morning. Good afternoon, Layla. This is our Coors Light game report.
Hi, Kelly. Yeah, it is good to see you here on the field. And there was a bit of a mind game going on between this Cubs and Pirates team. In fact, a little bit of drama yesterday after the game. We saw what happened to Jung Ho Kang in the fourth inning. That's when Jake Arrieta threw a pitch that hit him in the back. He, of course, took his base. And afterward, Jeff Locke, after the game, saying, anytime a guy like Jake Arrieta misses, you raise an eyebrow because you don't assume that somebody misses that much. Well, I asked Joe Maddon about Locke's comments after the game earlier today.
I really believe that Jake was not intentionally trying to throw 4 consecutive balls to him when he was hitting. I don't think he was intimidated by Mr. Locke being at the plate, and he was really trying to throw a strike, but wasn't able to.
Is it a situation where guys think of him as a machine as well?
Yeah, he's definitely got a cyborg look about him. There's no question. I mean, you know, when you watch him out there, I could definitely see Arnold Schwarzenegger at his best out there, just going through this pitching delivery motion and throwing, you know, pitches exactly once all the time. But I think even Arnold messed up a couple times in what was Terminator.
Addison Russell has hit well, especially over the past 2 games, hitting home runs in back-to-back games. He is on an 8-game hitting streak, and I talked to Ben Zobrist also before the game about what Russell is doing at the plate, especially being productive with 2 outs. He's batting .263 with 2 outs and has 8 RBI as well.
No fear. You know, that's the thing. He's not afraid to mess it up in that situation. He's just wants to see something good happen. You can tell that he's up there taking hacks, and you know, when they make a mistake, he's ready for it. So that's why he's coming through in those spots.
And how about Addison Russell's numbers during this 8-game hitting streak, batting .394 and has 13 RBI. So can he make it 3 games in a row? Guess we'll have to wait and find out, Kelly.
All right, Layla, thanks a lot. Yeah, Addison Russell has been extremely good, especially this homestand. Well, all right, fans, I ask you and viewers at home to go grab your mobile phones, your tablets, and get on csnchicago.com/vote. Here's our question this afternoon. You're going to see the poll running below. We want to know where you think Chris Bryant will spend the most time playing this. We've already seen Joe Maddon using him a lot in left field, but of course, third base is kind of where he thought he'd be trotting out to, I think, a lot this season. Todd, what is your take on that? And of course, kind of the way Joe likes to keep guys on their toes by mixing things up.
Absolutely. It's a great question. In all honesty, I expect this to, might be one of our best questions of the year. It might be 50-50 in all honesty.
Yeah.
Well, listen, Chris Bryant's gotten an awful lot of playing time in the outfield because of the versatility you have at third base. When you think of Listella, you think of Baez, and you think of the condition of the corner outfield spots. Now you go all the way back to losing Schwarber, and things have been slightly complicated. But again, there's been the ability to maintain flexibility with this roster. It's not very difficult to do. You have a lot lot of good athletes. Think of Caesar, as I've already mentioned, Baez and Listella. These guys are good ball players, and they can play multiple positions. And, oh, by the way, so can Ben Zobrist. You know, that's what he does. So, listen, I think he's going to end up with the bulk of his at-bats at third base. Most of his starts will still come there once things settle back down. You get a few guys back off the disabled list. But the bottom line is he likes to do both. So it's a tough one to answer right now. I know he's been in the outfield a little bit more. I just think things will at some point get back to normal.
Well, and Chris has even mentioned at times he feels like he's a little leaguer when he gets to jump around in that way, because he's like, whether you're sent out to left field or third base, you're always just needing to be prepared for all of those things. But Todd, let's bring this around to Jorge Soler and how he fits into this mix when Joe, of course, wants all the guys to get repetitions where they can, and of course consistent at-bats. But for Jorge right now, struggling a little bit at the plate, but he wants to see him come on.
Well, production, that's the bottom line. And again, this team this year has had more flexibility than most teams around baseball. What I mean by that is they're playing at such a high level. They're winning so many ball games that Joe has been afforded the opportunity to play some guys through some struggles, give them more opportunities, rest them as well, still get production from the bench. It's been a really, really good program so far. But with that being said, at some point, the confidence has to start to blossom, and he's going to have to start to produce at the plate. I don't coming off the bench personally, because I don't think he's an ideal fit as a pinch hitter. Listen, I love the at-bat, but you're not necessarily double switching him into a ball game late for defensive purposes. He actually might be the guy who's getting switched out. So really, he's going to have to start playing and getting those opportunities when he's getting the opportunities to start and performing. That is the cure-all to this question.
It's very interesting you say that, because Manny Ramirez, who I spoke to about Jorge, has said the exact same thing. Yeah. He feels like he needs those 3 or 4 at-bats, consistent days in a row to sort of get this thing rolling. But Joe doing the best he can to kind of work his way in and give him that playing time.
And that's the job of a manager. I mean, again, there's been other players on this team that have performed at a very high level and certainly have lost some at-bats to playing time or guys that might be by definition in front of them. But again, Joe doing what he does best, mixing it up and mixing and matching and getting everybody to buy into it.
Yeah, and so far, as Todd mentioned, it's been working. They pick up another win, their second win in a row against the Pirates. They're going for the third, the sweep this afternoon. Let's go back to yesterday's game, Todd, and it was 8-2. Jake Arrieta on the mound gave up just 2 runs on 3 hits, and those 3 hits came within 4 batters there in the 4th inning. So, I mean, Jake, once he got through that little blip, as Madden called it, was just as good as you've seen him.
Yeah, great double play. I mean, again, the team responds to Jake being on the mound. Again, you see the 11 strikeouts yesterday, dominant stuff. But I think it kind of brings us all the way back to what we heard from Jeff Locke and if he hits somebody, it must be on purpose. He's that good. Well, statistically speaking, numerically speaking, yeah, Jake has been that guy certainly in baseball. But let's be honest with ourselves here. We've watched him struggle through a couple of starts, at least as far as his efficiency and his control. I'll say this, when I watch Jake pitch, and I've talked about this for years, he's got so much tilt, so much action in the zone with all of his pitches that he is susceptible to an inning where he might lose it just a little bit. We just haven't seen him do it very much, and I think what happened yesterday is exactly that. There was that little minute. Usually it's been at the front end of some of these starts before yesterday where he struggled in that first inning, and he's missed, he's walked a few guys and gotten himself in a little bit of trouble, but he's been able to get himself out of it. I think you saw it yesterday. It was just at a different point in the game.
Okay, and of course all the, scuffle after the game was whether or not the Jung Ho Gong hit by pitch was on purpose.
No. Yeah, absolutely not. We'll just shut that down right now. Listen, this is a team. The Cubs are they're not in the position where they need to be doing things like that. They're not trying to get anybody's attention. They're not trying to create a war with somebody or defend turf. That's not this type of ball game. Listen, this is a very, very good Pirates team. They love to pitch inside. They've got a little history with just about everybody in the Central, and I think that really is all I need to say. You go back to a game earlier this week with the Cincinnati Reds. I believe there were 6 hit batters in the ball game in that Cincinnati Reds game. Now, some of those were Pirates, some of those were Reds, but that question arose earlier this week. Here we are in Chicago, same conversation.
Well, and it was interesting after the game. Miguel Montero, he gets going, and he got pretty, feisty when this question was answered, because it was posed to him by saying, hey, here's what's being tweeted out of the Pirates locker room right now. Jeff Locke is saying that this could have been intentional, and Miguel Montero literally used the word stupid. He called it stupid. Absolutely not 100% sure that was not the case, and just to what Todd was saying, said Jake Arrieta was wild in that inning. We saw it, and that was one of those pitches that got away from him.
Well, the Cubs have done a very good job, not only this year, but last year I thought they did a fantastic job. Some of that side noise that really presents itself. Yes. When you play at a high level, teams will attack you in different ways. Sometimes it's with high and tight. Sometimes it's in different ways inside of a ball game. Sometimes it's verbally after the ball game. The Cubs have maintained a cool head through it all. ball. They said, listen, we're here to play our game of baseball, and I think you're going to see that again today. I don't think anything comes of this unless the guys on this side decide to make something of it. I don't think the Cubs are looking to engage anybody in this and make more of it than it already has been made.
Well, it was Jake Arrieta yesterday. Today, our Bona starting pitchers, the original Italian beef. We're going to look at today's starters, and we've got, after Jake Arrieta, of course, John Lester going up against the Pirates ace and Garrett Cole. This is going to be a fun matchup.
No, it really should be. John Lester has been fantastic this year. I know so much of the noise is always about Jake Arrieta, but John Lester 4-1 with a 1.96 ERA on the season. Coming off a solid start, 6 innings, 3 earned runs against San Diego Padres. Again, pitching to both sides of the plate, always key with that fastball, using that cutter, especially against the Pirates. I think you're going to see it again today. You saw Arrieta do it yesterday. You got to keep these hitters honest. One of the best offenses, batting average-wise in baseball. They have, powers in the middle of the pack as far as what the Pirates do, but they're a good hitting team. Second in the big leagues with a 275 batting average. You see all the great batting averages up and down this lineup. So again, using both sides of the plate will absolutely be key with that fastball today.
Well, it's just a week and a half ago that John Lester faced these guys, and I asked him, does it help you? Does it hurt you to feel like you're seeing these guys as much? And of course, John said, it doesn't really matter, Let's go ahead and hear from John Lester.
I don't think it really matters. I think the only time it kind of affects anything is maybe just the next start. If it would have been, my last start as opposed to this one with that one in between. I think then that I don't think it affects anything. I think it just maybe makes it a little bit more difficult, getting through the lineup. But, we've all done it before, and we have scouting reports, and they have scouting reports. So I don't think I'm going to surprise them with any of my stuff.
And in the same deal, I don't think Garrett Cole is really going to surprise any of these Cubs hitters today. They know him pretty well, but he's got some nasty stuff.
Well, Garrett Cole's one of the best nationally, one of the best fastballs. Going to be interesting to see how he attacks this lineup. Remember, the last start against the Cubs got him up to 105 pitches, not even through 5 innings, only 4 2/3. Again, Cubs battled that fastball. Highest average fastball velocity in that game from Garrett Cole, so he was amped up. It'll be interesting to see what Garrett does today. Does he factor in that curveball a little earlier in the count?
Yeah, I know. Cubs looking to be patient once again at the plate this afternoon. The finale of the Cubs and the Pirates coming up. We're going to take our first time out here on Cubs Pregame Live, presented by Fields Auto Group. On the way, starting lineups and the ageless wonder, David Ross, back behind the plate this afternoon, approaching a big milestone. We'll talk about that as well when we come back.
They treat you like you're their best friend or your family. It's almost like they can't do enough for you.
Hello, I'm Dan Fields of the Fields Auto Group. We simply treat people the way we want to be treated.
I get a personal treatment here, and I recommend it.
It includes our free loaners, free car washes, and cafes. It's all part of the Fields Matters program.
I'm looking for the best price, and Fields gives you that. That's why we've bought so many cars from them.
Fields matters because you matter.
FieldsAuto.com.
Now it's in the hands of the bullpen, and out comes Papa John.
It looks like he's taking this official pizza thing pretty seriously.
For just $6.99 each, get 2 medium, 2 topping pizzas.
Papa John's, the official pizza of Major League Baseball.
So, you are all set with your mortgage. Congratulations.
You have been so helpful, Brian.
You've answered all our questions.
Thanks. That's very important.
What was it like for your siblings, growing up with a mortgage prodigy?
Did you have to wake up early to train at mortgages?
No. At BMO Harris, we all focus on making everything go smoothly. Actually, when I was a kid, I wanted to be a cowboy.
A mortgage cowboy?
Yeah, kind of.
That feeling you get when you discover a bank built for you, that's the BMO effect. BMO Harris Bank. We're here to help.
For small business owners, there's never enough time in the day. Carly goes from cooking for 3 people to catering for 300. Basically, we're her back office. Whether it's having flyers available at her venues, banners, posters, we'll be here to help tell her story. And she knows that. Carly knows that.
From printing to packing, shipping to marketing, together, there's nothing we can't solve. Go to a UPS store today to see how.
When you were 8, you wanted to fly. When you were 13, to be a rock star. At 20, an artist. All these years later, you realize you had it right the first time. The 400 horsepower Q50 from Infiniti. Lease the all-wheel drive Infiniti Q50 for $369 a month. Visit your Chicagoland Infiniti retailer.
This Cubs injury report is brought to you by ATI Physical Therapy, taking physical therapy to a higher level. Ask your doctor about ATI Physical Therapy. Get there.
We are back with today's CSN Bar of the Game presented by Coors Light. Sluggers Bar at 3540 Clark here in Wrigleyville. If you aren't heading to Wrigley Field, be sure and watch today's CSN broadcast at Sluggers. And to see the complete list of the CSN Bars of the Game presented by Coors Light, just visit csnchicago.com. We welcome you back here to Wrigley Field. Cubs pregame live presented by Fields Auto Group. Todd Hollinsworth, Kelly Kroll. And what a series it has been for the big bat, if you will, Todd. The Cubs out-homering the Pirates 5-1 in this series. We've seen it come from a lot of different guys. Addison Russell, Chris Bryant, even David Ross getting in on the mix, of course, Anthony Rizzo yesterday.
Well, it's a lot of fun to watch. They've out-homered the Pirates 5-1 in this series. We've talked about how they've been able to handle the Pirates in a variety of ways throughout the season series. Again, outscoring them 37-11 so far. But in this, two-game series to this point, it has been the home runs that we love to talk about. Great swings of the bat. You knew the power was there. I'll attribute it to the guys really just starting to find their groove and find their rhythm. The weather has not really been that good around here. It is chilly and blowing in today, but it has not stopped the bats from finding the long ball. Left side of the plate, right side of the plate, Addison Russell, Anthony Rizzo. It's kind of that conversation, I think, back to earlier in the year, we started talking about guys getting hot. Guys are starting to get hot. I feel like we haven't really talked about Anthony a whole lot this past week. He's got 33 RBIs on the season, 11 home runs. Big home run yesterday. So it is fun to watch. You feel like there's a potential for a different star every day.
How about that? Leading the league. That's right, in RBI, Anthony Rizzo. Right. And even Joe Madden after the game saying he's our rock, and he's also a guy that you'll almost overlook sometimes just because he's always going about his business and doing it the right way. We're going to take a look at the starting lineup today. Here's the Cubs starting lineup presented by Wrigleyville Sports. Dexter Fowler leading off, Jason Hayward, who Todd was just mentioning, finding that timing himself. Chris Bryant, Anthony Rizzo hitting cleanup. Zobrist, Russell, Baez in at third, hitting seventh there, and David Ross back behind the plate, and John Lester on the mound.
Well, Anthony Rizzo definitely has got good numbers against Garrett Cole. Again, that's going to be the challenge for this lineup again today. If you think back to that last start, what they were able to do against Garrett Cole, fight off that fastball and work him back into the zone. Love the look of this lineup right now. You're talking about a lot of hot hitters. Even Ben Zobrist was on base 4 times yesterday, and we barely mentioned him in the pregame show. Had an outstanding effort. This is a lineup that is really starting to heat up top to bottom, and I think there's a potential for, again, another short outing by a Pirate starter.
Ben Zobrist, that's his beef. Wanted to get that in there. Well, I want to get in David Ross. I want to get in David Ross here, who had 3 hits the other day. He is 1 away from that 100 mark, which he said would be cool, of course. I think the guys, honestly, Todd, want this more than even he does. But it's just interesting, and maybe in some of the best shape of his career right now in his final year.
He is really feeding off of the good vibes. And again, we think of David Ross as the elder statesman, the older guy in the clubhouse. They call him Grandpa, but he's having fun too, and that's the great joy of this season. I don't know if it's thoughts of what years beyond this might be, or that maybe this is his last year, but I see a smile on his face every day he steps on the field, whether he's starting, whether he's coming into a ball game. That accountability is great, but I really do think he's got a set of fresh legs, in large part because of the young teammates he's got on this team.
Yeah, found that fountain of youth, and it happens to be just his teammates around him keeping him young. Well, it's time for our Built for Business, presented by Comcast Business, and today, Andrew McCutchen. We're going to take a look at his career numbers against John Lester in 16 at-bats. The former MVP has only 2 singles against the Cubs starter, 0 RBI, no walks, 4 Ks, and was hit by a pitch. That's Comcast Business, Built for Business. Andrew McCutchen, Todd, a guy that is admitted, come out and said, I have started off slower than I would have liked the past couple seasons, but certainly we'd like for that to hold off one more game, right?
Don't wake Andrew McCutchen up. This guy's one of the best in the game of baseball, and a huge part of what the Pirates do. In the 2 spot this year, he's had some moments, got a 3-homer game on the ledger already. He's been pretty hot in this series as well. I thought we pitched to him particularly well, but again, you're absolutely right. The impact that he can have on individual games, it can be big time if you let him do it, and you got to pitch to him very carefully. He's still, as hot as this lineup has been, as many guys who have gotten off to good starts in this Pirates lineup, and that's not necessarily including Andrew McCutchen, he's still the last guy I want to see with the game on the line.
No question. Let's go ahead and take a look at the Pirates lineup. Jordy Mercer's going to be starting off, of course, leading things off for this team once again. And then Andrew McCutcheon, as we just mentioned, there in the 2-hole. Freeze, Marte, Cervelli, Gong down there, Harrison, Rodriguez, and Cole. Todd, when you look at this, David Freeze is a guy we haven't seen a lot of this. Of course, they've had John Jay there at first, if you will. But what do you think about today, the way Lester's going to be able to navigate this lineup?
Well, it's all hands on deck. Again, you're going to see a majority of right-handed hitters in there. That's really going to be the challenge for him, is that everybody's going to be on the right side of the plate. So that will be the challenge, again, as I talked about just a little earlier in John, in what he's done this season, working his fastball to both sides of that plate. I really think that cutter is going to be a big pitch for him today. Got to keep these guys honest. They really do like to go out across that plate. They will take the ball the other way. They will build innings that way. I don't know about the power. That's not so much what I'm worried about. But again, they've had pockets of time, especially in John's last start, where the Pirates started to get at him just a little bit.
Yeah, John mentioned, I know it was the Padres, of course, his last outing, but he mentioned in his side session this week, kind of working on timing and rhythm more than anything. How difficult can that be to get back? I mean, just within, 4
Well, and again, we've talked about it in John, some of the bunts are forcing John to throw in his timing and his slide step, a lot of the stuff that goes into it. Remember his last start against the Pirates, he got out of a bases loaded, no-out jam. He made pitches. An early lead will certainly make this an easy conversation.
All right, we've got the Cubs and Pirates, the finale. Todd Hollinsworth, Kelly Kroll does his Cubs pregame live, presented by Fields Auto Group. We're going to take one more time out and be right back after a few minutes.
Great time for a shiny floor wax, no? Not if you just put the finishing touches on your latest masterpiece. Timing's important. Comcast Business knows that. That's why you can schedule an installation at a time that works for you, even late at night or on the weekend if that's what you need, because you have enough to worry about. I did not see that coming.
Don't deal with disruptions. Get better internet installed on your schedule. Comcast Business, built for business.
Look, this isn't easy for me either, but it just feels right.
This isn't how we raised you.
You never wanted to try it?
Enough.
You must have known I was a little different.
Not this different.
Start your own legacy with the power of Infinity. Lease the QX50 for $319 a month at your Chicagoland Infinity retailer.
Say cheese.
Cheese! At White Castle, we know how to make cravers smile. Cheese up your favorite slider with classic American cheese or crave your fave, jalapeno cheese. And now, choose any cheese on a 10-sack of original sliders for $7.99. And don't forget about our sides. Cheese? That's right, like loaded cheese fries, new cheese curd nibblers, and mozzarella sticks. Only at White Castle. Cheese!
Yamaha boats, engineered for excellence. Powered by the gold standard Yamaha Marine engines, the most reliable on the water. With spacious layouts boasting more usable space than competing boats. And a total package of features at no additional cost. Now is the time to become a Yamaha boat owner. Yamaha, the #1 brand on the water.
See your Yamaha boat dealer for great financing offers and additional incentives.
This is our interpretation of a 60s Roadster.
How many miles per gallon?
About 9. And this is the EcoJet. It's got a jet engine. Goes about 200 miles an hour.
How many miles per gallon?
About 6. Hey, is this the Eco Marathon car you guys built?
Yeah.
How many miles per gallon does this get?
1,359.
Oh, well, that's pretty good, I guess.
Shell, inspiring young minds to make the future.
Want to trade?
Yes.
Welcome back to Cubs pregame live. A beautiful, chilly afternoon here at Wrigley Field. Joe Maddon's club looking to make it 6 in a row this season against the Pirates. And in order to do that, Todd's going to give you his keys to the game, presented by Fields Auto Group.
All right, here we go. Inside sets up away. We're going to talk a little John Lester here. And again, this is in part because of the Pirates offense. Now, as I reminded you, they've got some power, but not the most power in the National League or even in the big leagues. They're in 18th in the league with 35 home runs. We've noticed the flags are blowing in today. It feels like like it's going to be a little bit more of a strategic offensive day. But here's what you need to know. When you look at that Pirates lineup, it's entirely right-handed. John's going to have that cutter work into the inside part of the plate. 4 strikes, we'd love to see that. But again, it's got to at least be for effect so that they're respecting that inside corner. All of these right-handed hitters cannot be leaning across that plate, going out to get that great two-seam fastball that he loves to use low and away to the right-handed hitter. If he's dependent on it, that's where he can get himself in trouble sometimes. So that cutter's always a big pitch, the ability to pitch inside. Number 2, respect the certain slider and curveball. A little question mark there at the end. This is the Cubs going up against Garrett Cole. Interestingly enough, I really think that's what they've done a fantastic job of their last 2 times against Garrett Cole, the elimination of that pitch. If as a hitter you don't respect it, you don't think you can throw it for a strike, you can eliminate it. It will still be effective in a chase pitch where you expand your strike zone with 2 strikes, but if you stay ahead of him, in the count and you battle the fastball and you don't believe that he will throw the slider or the curveball for a strike, listen, you're sitting on fastballs all day long, and I really think that's what the Cubs have done against Garrett Cole the last 2 times out. So it's going to be big. See if Garrett Cole factors in that curveball earlier in the ball game and if he can throw it for a strike early in the count. If he can't, the Cubs are going to be all over that fastball. Last one, touch them all time. 5-1 in the series so far. Again, the wind is blowing in today. If the ball is not jumping out of here, Garrett Cole's only given up 2 homers on the season. The Cubs are going to have to get a little strategic and put some offense together.
Well, one thing Joe Madden has said he loves so much about this group is that even with 2 wins in the bag, the series in the bag already, they are not ever hanging up the cleats and just throwing this one in, Todd. They want to wrap it all up.
Well, they've learned how to play it one day at a time. I mean, it seems pretty simple, but it really is their approach. They look at it that way. They just go out there and try to win a game, and if they don't, listen, they come back tomorrow and get another one.
Hey, and tomorrow they get an off day.
Right.
We're heading up to Milwaukee, so I'm sure they're looking forward to that and would love to have a win to head into that nice off day. We're going to take one more quick timeout, and then we are coming back with our key performers right after this at Wrigley Field. Game 3, the series finale between the Cubs and Pirates on the way.
Why is Hyundai calling its Memorial Day sales event Better Than Ever? Because better than everyone would just be rubbing it in. And right now, Hyundai is making 2016 better than ever with no monthly payments for 6 months.
Chicago's favorite spot for prime steaks, the freshest seafood, and world-famous Florida stone crab. Come on down to Joe's.
What would we be without our mountains? Without the things that stand in our way, that make us better? At Coors, our mountain is brewing the world's most refreshing beer. Lagered, filtered, and packaged cold. Our mountains make us who we are. Your mountains make you who you are. Whatever your mountain, climb on.
Hello, beautiful. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Hi, Anthony. How much did my discount double check save me?
About $150.
Done.
I don't have State Farm, but insurance, find me money.
I got you $1. Oh, you almost had it. You gotta be quicker than that.
Having insurance isn't the same as having State Farm. There to help you with unexpected savings. That's getting to a better state.
Now it's in the hands of the bullpen, and out comes Papa John.
It looks like he's taking this official pizza thing pretty seriously.
For just $6.99 each, get 2 medium, 2 topping pizzas.
Papa John's, the official pizza of Major League Baseball.
Sports Talk Live, presented by the all-new Chevy Silverado. Weeknights at 5:30.
What's better about Hyundai's Better Than Ever sales event? This, and this. Hurry in today and lease the Tucson for $179 a month or the Santa Fe Sport for $249 a month.
We are back here on Cubs Pregame Live, presented by Fields Auto Group. The finale between the Cubs and the Pirates The sun is out, a good thing. Still a little chilly, but we're going to wrap this show up with our key performers today. Todd, go ahead.
Well, I think I'm going to jump on Anthony Rizzo right now before you take him or Cap tries to tweet it in or do anything else like that. 364 against Garrett Cole, strong numbers. Had a great game against him earlier last month, so I'm really looking forward to Anthony Rizzo. His approach again today. He's had a lot of success against Cole here of late, expecting more today.
I understand my job here is to sabotage Kaplan.
It is.
I'm just not very good at that. I have to go with Addison Russell today, only because
Clark's available.
That's right. I'll go with Clark the Cub. Clark the Cub today.
Take that, Kaplan.
For David Kaplan. Thanks for helping me out, and we're going to wrap this up. Cubs pregame live presented by Fields Auto Group, and send it up to the booth for the guys calling the game this afternoon, Lynn Casper and Jim DeShays. Guys, take it away.
Hey, Kelly and Todd. Well, the sun is shining. That's good. Wind is blowing straight in, however. And, hey, it hasn't mattered what the weather has been like for Jake Arrieta. He's just been dominant in every situation.
Yeah, he's not susceptible to the weather. He has not been particularly vulnerable to opposing hitters, and he's completely dominated the Pittsburgh Pirates every time he goes to the mound. That was the case again yesterday. They did nick him up for 2 runs in 1 inning, but other than that, a dominant performance by Arrieta. He punched out 11. I thought stuff-wise, this is as good as we've seen him all year. He was really good out of the gate in the very first inning, and then he and Montero made a nice transition to the fastball late in counts. Later in the game, he got a lot of called third strikes, just like that one right there on Andrew McCutchen.
Pirates starting to show some frustrations, maybe with the umpire behind the plate, balls and strikes, and it also could be just the Cubs have dominated this season series.
Right. When one club is beating you as often as the Cubs are beating the Pirates, that leads to some frustration. When you're up against a guy like Arrieta, where you know it's very difficult to beat him to begin with, it becomes even a little bit more frustrating. And you see his numbers against the Pirates in the regular season: 11 starts, 8-1 with a .158 earned run average, and of course you remember the shutout he threw in the wild card game last year.
So Garrett Cole will go for the Pirates today against John Lester. Cole at one time really dominated this Cubs team, but they have gotten to him here these last few starts, including last year's wild card game.
Yeah, and then an early exit in his start against the Cubs back on May 2nd. He lasted just 4 2/3, allowed 6 runs, 5 earned. He's been awfully good in this ballpark, and they need him to be a stopper. So expect Cole to bring a lot of intensity to the mound today. And of course, you know you're going to get that from John Lester, one of the best competitors I've ever seen, and he had very good numbers in his start at Pittsburgh back on May 4th.
Yeah, this was 2 starts ago. He got pulled before the end of the 6th because he had to work really hard. He got out of a bases loaded, no out jam. He's done that now twice here recently. So he gave up 8 hits, but no runs in that start.
Yeah, he's just one of those guys under pressure. He has the ability to knuckle down and kind of find an extra gear. And we've seen that time and time again from Lester under duress, making big pitches.
We're going to hear from Joe a little bit later on the focus and the daily preparation of this club. But you like the greedy nature of the Cubs this year, JD. They're looking for their 6th series sweep, and we're, what, a month and a half into the season?
Yeah, I mean, it's just been remarkable to watch this team play. Joe talks about the preparation. Obviously, the talent level is sky high. They pitch so well. We've seen it in this series. Jason Hamill in the game 1 of this series was outstanding. Arrieta brilliant yesterday. Now Lester will get his turn. They're greedy, they're good, and they're awfully tough to beat.
All right, as the Cubs finish up a long homestand today, 7-2 through 9 games, and our Kelly Kroll caught up with today's starting pitcher. You hear that conversation next.
Cubs Pregame Live is presented by Fields Auto Group. Fields matters because you matter. See Fields first. FieldsAuto.com.
They treat you like you're their best friend or your family. It's almost like they can't do enough for you.
Hello, I'm Dan Fields of the Fields Auto Group. We simply treat people the way we want to be treated.
I get a personal treatment here, and I recommend it.
It includes our free loaners, free car washes, and cafes. It's all part of the Fields Matters program.
I'm looking for the best price, and Fields gives you that. That's why we've bought so many cars from them.
Fields matters because you matter.
FieldsAuto.com.
For small business owners, there's never enough time in the day. Carly goes from cooking for 3 people to catering for 300. Basically, we're her back office. Whether it's having flyers available at her venues, banners, posters, we'll be here to help tell her story. And she knows that. Carly knows that.
From printing to packing, shipping to marketing, together, there's nothing we can't solve. Go to a UPS store today to see how.
Wow, bear season was incredible, but it was absolutely freezing. So Wrigleyville Sports helped me warm up for bull season. They were on fire all year long. Then came the Blackhawks, and they got hot too. But now the boys of summer are back, and it's time to head to the south side. On second thought, it's a perfect day to get some sun in the bleachers.
Now playing on DirecTV Cinema.
Your partner is marrying your sister? It's busy.
You say that again, I'm gonna shoot you in the face.
You got a new assignment. We're sending you to Miami.
I'm taking the lead because we're not ready.
I'm ready, man. Okay.
Let's get ridiculous!
How do we get in undetected?
Prince Admiral Stephen Matumbe.
Plus my 2 servants.
I'm not your servant.
Hey, you are what I say.
Ride along too with a hilarious gag reel. Now playing on DirecTV Cinema. Movies start at channel 125.
Discover what inspires you in a Gerald Kia. What inspires us is satisfied customers. We understand what you're looking for in a car buying experience. That's how Gerald Kia of Naperville became the top performer in sales volume in Illinois last year. And we back that up with our Gerald exclusive lifetime warranty, which means a lifetime of worry-free driving. Come be inspired at the all-new Gerald Kia of Naperville. Come visit us on Aurora Avenue in Naperville or at GeraldKiaNaperville.com.
Sportsnet Central every night at 6:30, 10, 10:30, and midnight.
Major League Baseball has its inaugural Play Ball Weekend this weekend, a league-wide effort to engage young fans and celebrate the continued support of youth participation in baseball and softball. There is a young John Lester, and we will show you other pictures of Cubs players back in the day when they were in Little League or a Pony League. Playball.org for more information. Kelly Crawl caught up with the Cubs left-hander yesterday.
Does it surprise you at all the success that this team has had against them already? I mean, I think guys are being asked a lot, does it mentally mean anything between the rivalry when you have dominated it up to this point moving forward?
I don't think so. I mean, I think we've just played 4 really good games against them. You know, I don't feel like, you know, like Liriano yesterday didn't really seem like he was himself. You know, and you know, I think we had some good games over there against some of their pitchers that, you know, normally throw the ball pretty well. So we know they're a good team, and we know that it's always a battle regardless of what the final score says. But no, I mean, we definitely don't take anything for granted against anybody, especially somebody in your division. You know, when you get out into the game, sometimes you can get a little too you know, too rushed through your mechanics or rushed through your delivery, and I'll do that sometimes, and that's just for me. I think trying to make too good of a pitch as opposed to just where am I trying to go, what am I trying to do, and then just trying to execute that pitch. I'm just trying to make it too perfect. So it's not really a mechanical flaw. It's just a matter of getting out there and getting relaxed and you know, feeling comfortable and getting in that good rhythm as the game goes on, and you know, keep trying to execute those pitches down.
Do you remember when it was a year ago you came here and all of us were kind of asking you about David Ross because he was supposed to be your guy, your personal catcher, and now not only is he everybody's personal catcher, but he's like everybody's personal favorite. Interview, everything you name it. I mean, to see it turn around, to see how much everyone's just embracing him being here and just loving it. I mean, how cool is that for you?
It's cool. I mean, obviously, yeah, last year I think was tough for both of us. I mean, coming to a new team with you know, kind of the expectations to turn around this whole organization. You know, I think he felt that too, and you know, I think you could see that in how he went about things last year. I mean, he doesn't change a whole lot in his personality and his day-to-day actions, but you know, you can really see it this year. I mean, especially too with the retirement and all that stuff. I think he's really trying to just relax and enjoy, you know, really every day. I mean, we always say, you know, try to enjoy every day, and you know, this could be your last day playing the game and all this stuff. But you know, for him, I think he's really trying to take that to heart.
Good stuff with today's starting pitcher. Well, back in 1962, President John F. Kennedy signed a proclamation saying May 15th is Peace Officers Memorial Day. So flags at half-staff, the American flag all around baseball. This is the end of Police Week around the United States. We are getting set for Cubs baseball. Big crowd today. Wind blowing in. Cubs go for the sweep. And it is time for God Bless America and our national anthem.
At this time, please remain standing and join Dina Jacob as she honors our nation with God Bless America, followed by our national anthem.
God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her through the night with the light from above. From the mountains to the prairies to the oceans, white with foam. God bless America, my home sweet home. God bless America, my home sweet home. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, oh, the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets regular, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave? Oh, the land of the free and the home of the
Some things are simply impossible to ignore. The strikingly designed Lexus NX Turbo and Hybrid, the SUV that dares to go beyond utility. Lease the 2016 NX 200 Turbo for $329 a month for 36 months. See your Lexus dealer.
These outdoor furnishings from Lowe's are so stylish, it almost feels like we're inside the house. Not that I've been in there. Or have I?
Now get your choice of charbroil grills for only $179.
Yeah, I'm married. Does it matter? You do that for me? Really?
Yeah, I'd like that.
Who are you talking to?
It's Jake from State Farm. Sounds like a really good deal.
Jake from State Farm at 3 in the morning? Who is this?
It's Jake from State Farm.
What are you wearing, Jake from State Farm?
Khakis.
She sounds hideous.
Well, she's a guy, so...
Another reason more people stay with State Farm. Get to a better state.
When you were 8, you wanted to fly. When you were 13, to be a rock star. At 20, an artist. All these years later, you realize you had it right the first time. The 400 horsepower Q50 from Infinity. Lease the all-wheel drive Infinity Q50 for $369 a month. Visit your Chicagoland Infinity retailer.
Taking the hassle out of yard work just got even easier. During the Echo National Sales Event, get a pro-grade Echo trimmer or handheld blower for only $149.99 each, backed by a 5-year warranty. But hurry, these deals will be gone before you know it. So take back your yard with Echo.
Cubs baseball on CSN Chicago is brought to you in part by your Chicago area and Northwest Indiana Lexus dealer, who invites you to test drive a Lexus today. Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Illinois. Through it all. Ford, inviting you to check out their fuel-efficient lineup at your local Ford store or at localfordstores.com. And by Southwest Airlines. Transparency. Low fares. Nothing to hide.
19-game season series, the Cubs and the Pirates, and the Cubs have won the first 5 as they go for their second 3-game sweep here in the last 2 weeks. As Major League Baseball encourages all youngsters to play ball. Let's check out the numbers, JD. It's been pretty dominating in favor of the Cubs so far.
Oh, yeah, indeed it has. Hitting him in terms of batting average by over 100 points. They've outscored him by 28 runs. Ball's been flying out of the ballpark for the Cubs in this series. They've hit 5 home runs. Earl Weaver would be proud. Pitching, defense, and 3-run homers. That's been the theme so far in this series.
And Joe Madden is proud of his players' preparation.
Well, I mean, the thing I like the most is that we come ready to play every day. We don't, we have a nice record. You've won a series, and then we're just going to show up. That's not how our guys operate. I have a better opportunity now to see them work because of this clubhouse. I'm talking about away from the field. Like I was telling you about Addison today, it was spectacular watching him getting ready for the game today. I see relief pitchers in there constantly doing things in the morning. So when you stand in the dugout, and I just tell myself, trust your players. Just trust the guys because they're doing all the right things and they're getting ready to play, and nobody's mailing anything in. Everybody, we're holding ourselves to a high standard. Everybody wants to win every day.
The 27-8 Cubs have hit 5 homers in the series, all with runners on base. We'll have the lineups and the first pitch next from Wrigley Field.
Sure you're fine with getting rid of the trophy case?
Yep.
And the carpet?
Mm-hmm.
And that?
Yes.
Cover it up quickly with Dutch Boy Platinum Paint Plus Primer. With Platinum's no prep, no prime formula with advanced extreme high technology, Menards and Dutch Boy make transforming your world easy.
Good color, honey.
Go Dutch.
Drive and discover during 1 week to Jeep at Feeney Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Elgin. Get our lowest prices on our entire inventory. Cars, trucks, minivans, and more Jeeps than we need. All with 0% financing available. Look at this 2016 Wrangler, just $299 a month. Or a 2016 Ram 1500 Quad Cab, $279 a month. Both with 0 due. Or save $7,000 on this new Grand Cherokee. Find it at Feeney, FeeneyAutos.com.
They treat you like you're their best friend or your family. It's almost like they can't do enough for you.
Hello, I'm Dan Fields of the Fields Auto Group. We simply treat people the way we want to be treated.
I get a personal treatment here, and I recommend it.
It includes our free loaners, free car washes, and cafes. It's all part of the Fields Matters program.
I'm looking for the best price, and Fields gives you that. That's why we've bought so many cars from them.
Fields Matters because you matter.
FieldsAuto.com.
Since the wild card game last October, this rivalry has been one-sided. Lots of frustration from the Pirates and celebrations from the Cubs. Well, the sun is out. It's not providing a ton of warmth. Cubs baseball on the CSN Chicago, presented by State Farm. The Cubs go for the series sweep. It would be their 6th of the year as they host the Pittsburgh Pirates. Let's get right into the Pirates Southwest starting lineup against left-hander John Lester. This is their lineup against lefties. Only the 6th time they've faced a southpaw. Mercer, McCutchen, and Freese at the top. Marte, Cervelli, and Gong in the middle. Harrison, Rodriguez playing right, and Garrett Cole at the bottom.
Check in with the Cubs defensively, and you'll find Chris Bryant back out in left field as he continues to shuttle between the outfield and third base. Fowler and Hayward, center and right. Javi Baez, Addison Russell, the hands team on the left side of the infield here today. Zobrist and Rizzo on the right side. David Ross behind the plate, and our Lexus Pursuing Perfection starting pitcher is the big lefty John Lester. He'll trot out there with a 4-1 record, a 1.96 ERA. An awfully tough to hit, 222 batting average against. But the ERA good for 6th best in the NL.
Your umpires, Todd Tischner gets the plate. Bill Welke, the crew chief, at first. Pat Holberg at second. And Brian Knight is over at third. Everybody bundled up today. Cubs 7-2 on the homestand that ends this afternoon. And here we go. Jordy Mercer takes ball 1. Mercer is their leadoff guy against lefties, and he's been very good, hitting .458 in that top spot in the order. But as I said, he hasn't done it a whole lot. This is only his 6th start in that spot.
An all right-handed hitting lineup here today. Means a day off for Polanco and Jaso. John Lester 3-2 with a 156 earned run average in his career against Pittsburgh. A little bit better than that since he put on a Cub uniform.
Sharply hit ground ball to Addison Russell, and he'll get Mercer. Should be a lot of action on the ground on that left side when John is on the hill.
Yeah, he throws 2- and 4-seam fastball. Of course, that cut fastball is a big weapon for him. Curveball he used a fair bit in his start against Pittsburgh 2 starts ago. He'll use the changeup on occasion. Typically works the bottom of the zone, gets a lot of ground ball outs, above average strikeout rate.
4 hits in the series for McCutchen, and he's got an 8-game hitting streak. .94 from Lester and a strike. 45 degrees. And the wind is coming right off the lake. And 11 miles an hour out of the east. There have been reports in the Midwest of snow flurries over the last 24 hours. Popped up, easy play Rizzo. 2 gone.
Looks like John's got good life on that heater here today. That one got in on McCutchen a little bit at 94 miles per hour.
45 degrees. You got to have David Freese in the lineup, right?
Absolutely.
He's playing first. He had to find some other positions for him to play when Jung Ho Kang came off the disabled list. Third baseman by trade. We saw him briefly at second for a few innings last week.
Would your ideal matchup be David Freese against Colt Hamels?
cold. Yes. Two and 0 the count. Starling, Marte on deck. Mr. rocks and throws, and it's a little low. 3-0.
So there are 6 pitchers in the National League, starting pitchers with sub-2 ERAs, and the Cubs have half of them. Marietta, Lester, and Jason Hamill. It has been very impressive.
Ball 4. 2-out walk. And here is Marte. 2 hits, 2 steals, and a run on Friday. 0 for 4, 3 strikeouts yesterday.
Wouldn't be surprised to see the Pirates try to do a little running here today. I don't know if David Freese would be a candidate. Despite all the throwing issues, John Lester's been really good at shutting down the running game this year. There's only been 3 steals, and he's caught 3. David Ross having a very nice year throwing. He's picked off 3 already at first base.
The Cubs have really taken a team approach to the running game with John Lester on the mound, and it has worked.
Rizzo and Ross will be making eye contact, and if Freese is getting a real big secondary lead, Rizzo will let David know.
Changeup. One and 2.
John has been good against both left and right-handed hitters. Lefty's hitting .225, right-handed batters just .220. He's going to break out the curveball here.
Marte did not offer at it. Pirates finishing up a road trip on which they've gone 3-4. 18-17 overall. 18-12 against everybody not named the Cubs. Strike 3. They have gotten a break there on the call from Todd Tishner, but he'll gladly take it. Cubs coming up.
Oh, turned up my jam. I'm feeling woke. Oh, found our chill. Close enough.
Try the deliciously juicy Daily Double, now only $2.19 at McDonald's.
When a day's work was mining for gold under the frozen ground for 12 straight hours, happy hour had a whole new meaning. And when the men sat down for their banquet, Mr. Coors brought a beer worthy of the occasion, a beer that's still known as the banquet beer.
Hi. I need something that can keep up with all my adventures.
Well, the RAV4 has available sport tune suspension.
I like the sound of that.
And great handling, so it can do just about anything.
Thanks, Jan. This is exactly what I'm looking for.
I know.
Do you?
Yep.
For a limited time, lease a new 2016 RAV4 with 0 due at signing, 0 deposit, 0 down, and 0 first month's payment. Or get 0% APR for 60 months on RAV4.
Here are your keys.
Thanks.
See you out there.
Sweet.
Toyota, let's go places.
It's the mesmerizing McGriddles. Try your choice of bacon, egg, and cheese, sausage, or sausage, egg, and cheese with a small McCafe coffee and hash browns for just $4 at McDonald's.
The leadoff man is presented by Binny's Beverage Depot. If Dexter Fowler gets a hit, Binny's Beverage Depot will donate $100 to the Greater Chicagoland Food Depository. Let's look at the Cubs Southwest starting lineup. Fowler, Hayward, and Bryant. Jason Hayward getting out of his slump slowly but surely. Anthony Rizzo with the big homer yesterday. Ben Zobrist as hot as any hitter in the game today. Addison Russell's homered in back-to-back. Javier Baez gets his start at third. Ross, 3 hits on Friday. And Lester, the pitcher.
Pirates defensively. Marte McCutcheon and Sean Rodriguez in the outfield. Polanco getting the day off. Gung, Mercer, Harrison Freese third to first. Freese making his second start at first base. Francisco Cervelli. Well, he's the hind catcher today, and the Lexus starting pitcher is Garrett Cole, 25-year-old right-hander. He can really rush it up there. Plays the power game. Upper 90s heater. Also has a slider, a curve, and a change.
Well, if you freeze, you can put some more coal on the fire, but not too much, or you'll have too much sewage. Okay, enough. There's Ray.
It's a bit of a hurdle to comprehend all that.
Fowler fouls. 2-1.
Bottom of the first. Rolling already.
Dexter with a 447 on base average, 440 as a leadoff hitter, so he just gets on base in about every situation, but you love it to start an inning.
Especially, you know, a guy like Cole, we talk a lot about elite starting pitchers. Sometimes if you don't get him early, you're not going to get him at all. That was not the case in the game last time against Garrett Cole, but you don't want to let this guy get a head of steam going. Put a little pressure on him early.
2-2 is fouled off. Play ball weekend. So there's Dexter Fowler. We got some great poses and backdrops. Good shoes working there.
Yeah, he was
solid.
He was working some good shoes. You keep showing us. Joe's going to get another idea for the dress like you're a toddler trip.
Try it again.
Yeah, what we saw with Cole in his last start against the Cubs, you know, the Cubs have so many hitters that are hard to put away. So a lot of deep counts, a lot of foul balls. That pitch count really started to climb. He's had a lot of success in this ballpark among active pitchers. His ERA is third best.
High pop up into shallow center, and it's going to drop. Mercer was asking for help. Harrison, though, I don't think noticed it until it was too late. And that is a double for Fowler.
It's a gapper between the shortstop and the center fielder. Mercer, I think he thought he had it and then realized that he lost track of it, and by the time he calls for help, nobody's there to bail him out.
The Chicagoland Food Depository benefits from that, courtesy Binny's Beverage Depot and Dexter Fowler. Here's Jason Hayward. He pops it up. This one will get back to the seats. Last 30 plate appearances, a 483 on base average. He's hit in 6 in a row. Got on 4 times yesterday, including 3 hits. Inside. Well, the Pirates know this probably better than any team the Cubs have played this year, JD. You can't give them extra outs and free bases.
No, you're asking for trouble when you do that.
1-2. Jason Hayward is a youngster.
What's he got going on there with that pose? He should do that after he gets a hit now. That'll be the new thing.
Cole with a 1-2, and he got it.
So Cervelli called for that pitch up, and that's been a chase pitch for Jason this year. In the past, not so much, but he has been willing to expand his zone to try to get on top of that high fastball. And that's a challenge against any pitcher, and it's a real challenge against a guy who rushes it up there in the mid-90s. So you see the breakdown for Cole. Leans heavily on that fastball slider combination. He'll use the curveball and change up occasionally.
Chris Bryant takes a fastball inside for ball 1. Kick and the pitch in on the hands that time, fouled away. 1-1. Cubs off tomorrow. Head up to Milwaukee on Tuesday. Start a 3-city road trip. Pirates will head home for a while. They play the Braves for 4 starting tomorrow night. With a 2-1, and it's too high. He's behind 3-1.
Young KB.
A good head of hair, didn't he?
Oh, man. Of course, he's still a young KB. He was just a real young KB there. Is that a little plaid on plaid he's rocking there? Is
You can be forgiven when you're 5. We'll have to get on Mike Bryant, his dad. Come on, man. Plaid on plaid. Here's a 3-1 pitch. He pops it up. Got to run these out, obviously. And that ball will drift toward foul territory, and it's Freeze to make the catch. 2 outs.
I think it was Tony La Russa told a story when he was a little guy, kindergarten, first grade, and it was the day for school pictures. So the teacher told him, come tomorrow wearing your favorite clothes because it's picture day. And he showed up wearing his baseball uniform, and the teacher said, no, you got to dress up. And he said, but this is my favorite outfit.
It's great. Well, we call Anthony, or you did, you dubbed him the main ingredient in spring training, and Joe Madden commenting on Rizzo yesterday said he's quietly having a really good year, and he called him the Rock in this lineup. So, yeah, main ingredient, rock,
eggs,
foundation, eggs, yeah,
or big toe,
omelet, whatever
big
you
toe.
want. Go ahead, and ended up being the game-winning 3-run homer yesterday. He's had the game-winning RBI 7 times. That leads the majors.
That is such a pretty swing when he goes down and gets that ball airborne.
33 RBIs in all. That leads the National League, 1 off the Major League pace set by Robinson Cano. I would not have recognized that it's Anthony Rizzo, would you, unless we saw the name above it?
Probably would have had to take a few guesses before getting that one. Very consistent. The batting average down, early, but he was still taking his walks. He was still driving the ball, so you knew it was just a matter of time before that batting average would start to creep up. .
to center. McCutcheon helped by the wind that time. And that will end the inning. Blue double, no runs. We're scoreless after an inning.
Welcome to Wrigley Field.
Marietta's cruising along. Swing and a miss. And it is gone. We're tied. Rizzo gets on the top. He makes a catch. Got it. Call strike three. Jake Arrieta, a 20-game winner. Deep left, way back. It is gone. A 3-run homer. Cubs win. Cubs win. Cubs win.
T-Mobile does data differently. While the other guys gouge you for every bit of data you use. Now, T-Mobile lets you stream all the video and music that you want from your favorite services free, without using one bit of your LTE data. Plus, you can roll your unused data forward. Nobody does data like T-Mobile. Get 4 lines with 10 gigs of 4G LTE data each for just $35 per line from T-Mobile.
I'm Jesse Diaz, founder of Dark Matter Coffee, Chicago. We started with $2,000 and a dream.
Hey babe, it's me, heading to the mothership.
The secret to success is to fail and learn continually. I think if you want something in life, just go for it and don't stop.
Greatness is within reach. Right now, you could get a great deal on the new Civic, KBB.com's overall best buy for 2016. From Honda.
Hello, beautiful. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Hi, Anthony. How much does my discount double check save me?
About $150.
Done.
I don't have State Farm, but insurance, find me money.
I got you $1. Oh, you almost had it. You gotta be quicker than that.
Having insurance isn't the same as having State Farm. There to help you with unexpected savings. That's getting to a better state.
Cubs baseball on CSN Chicago is presented by State Farm. Francisco Cervelli will lead it off for the Pirates here in the second. 2 for 8, 3 knocked in the series. Started every game. Takes a pitch outside for a ball.
You mentioned that the Pirates have not seen a lot of left-handed pitching, so it will be interesting to see if they're able to sustain the level of success they've had against southpaws so far this year, because they're major league best, 293 in terms of batting average, tops in slugging, tops in OPS against southpaws, but still a relatively small sample.
Cervelli was born in Venezuela, has Italian heritage, and actually played for Team Italy in the World Baseball Classic. And that missed. It's 3-0.
That's why they play That's Amore whenever he comes up to bat in Pittsburgh.
Don't think he was a teammate of Anthony Rizzo's. He played the 09 Classic as he takes a leadoff walk. It's 2 walks now given up by Lester. First 5 hitters of the game, and now Jung Ho Kang 0 for 5 in the series. He has reached on a walk and a hit by pitch.
John's last start was against the Padres. In 6 innings, allowed 4 hits, 3 runs, walked 1, struck out 4. So 105 pitches in that start.
There's a strike. Monster 6'4", 240. 1-2. 32 years old. Came to the Cubs on a 6-year contract prior to last year. As you heard John talking with Kelly Kroll. Last year was an adjustment for John in his first year as a Cub. Rizzo on foul ground, and he can't get it. That's 2 pop-ups that have not been caught, 1 for each team. So you've got the sun, the wind, playing tricks.
And Rizzo twisting this way and that, and ultimately couldn't make a play on it. Zobrist not able to get over there and help him out. Ideally, you would like to see the second baseman probably at a little better angle approaching this ball, but by the time Ben got there, it was too late. It was a long way to go, and I don't think he saw it very well either.
Well, you often hear wind blowing in, cold. Don't hit the ball in the air. Well, maybe that's exactly where to hit it today.
The pop-up might be the best weapon today.
Fouled back.
His ground ball percentage is down about 5% this year compared to last. But when you think of John, you think of a guy who's capable of getting a lot of ground ball outs with the sinker, the curveball, the changeup as well. Cut that fastball in on his hands.
Cubs lead in the division is 9 games. It's over the Pirates and the Cardinals. Just to give you an idea of how big that lead is, the entire American League East is they're all within 8 games of each other. First to last, called strike 3. With the CCR down on the corner.
Yeah, and you know, he punched out Marte looking at a pitch that was off the outside corner. This one, a perfect pitcher's pitch. Bottom of the knees, right on the edge.
I'm going to call it the Aerosmith, living on the edge. The AL West, everybody's within 7 of the Mariners. National League West, all 5 teams within 4 games. The Cubs over the second-place team in their division, better than the lead over the entire division in 3 other 5-team groups. 2 down.
Cub fans, things are heating up at Wrigley Field. Tickets are going fast. Don't wait. Plan now and get tickets to the matchups you want before they are gone. Friday, May 27th, the Cubs back in town. Start of a 10-game homestand. The Phils, boy, they've been surprising. The Dodgers and the Diamondbacks all come to town. Get your tickets now at Cubs.com.
You have promised me that we will have spring or maybe even summer-like temperatures when we return.
That man right up there behind you, Keith, made that call yesterday.
So we're hoping that it's JD's final day in the winter cap this summer. Sean Rodriguez takes a strike. You know, versatile guy defensively. He's already made starts this year at first, second, short, third, and right. And you see, has put up really good numbers, and he could play some defense too. 1-1.
We could have a pool next year. Like the last day we wear a winter hat pool. People could donate. We could raise money for charity.
I like it. Cervelli started the inning with a walk. He's still at first now with 2 outs.
Rodriguez has had a lot of at-bats against John Lester. Their time in the American League. He's 9 out of 38 against John. That's a .237 batting average. He's hit 1 home run.
Ball strike. 2-2. They're watching us at the DeKalb Fire Department today. Hopefully you guys have a nice, relaxing, uneventful afternoon. Two. Rodriguez takes a call third. That's 3 strikeouts, all looking, as Ernie Harwell would have said, a lot of excessive window shopping for the Pirates so far this weekend.
Dear Chicago, let's take a trip out of Midway to your favorite international destinations. With love, Southwest.
The end. Thank you, Grace, for your summer vacation report on the Dells. Michael.
This year, my family didn't want to fight the crowds, so we went to Blue Harbor Resort. There was a huge indoor water park and an awesome pool, but there was this other thing called the beach. I went swimming and entered a sandcastle contest. Dad took us sailing on this cool boat. We even had a bonfire. This is the best vacation ever.
Start a new family tradition at Blue Harbor Resort, right on Lake Michigan in Sheboygan, Wisconsin.
Sometimes it's first tracks on fresh powder. Sometimes it's finding a secret surf spot or an undiscovered trail off a dirt road. Then again, sometimes happiness is having the road all to yourself. Introducing the all-wheel drive Mazda CX-3.
Field with your Coors Light in-game report. Bottom of the second as Francisco Cervelli was left stranded there the last inning. An interesting connection between he and Cubs manager Joe Maddon actually ran into each other this offseason at his restaurant Ava there in Tampa, and Joe encouraged him to go work out at his wife Jay's gym, which of course is a boxing gym, combination of spin and boxing. And Cervelli guys really got into these workouts so much so he encouraged Melky Cabrera to join him. They kind of adjusted the workouts to their specific needs, and Madden says he is extremely into these workouts, and he says, I hope to see him have a great year just so long as it's not against the Cubs, right?
That's right, Kelly. Yeah, down in the Tampa area, and I guess it's a very popular gym. And here is Ben Zobrist.
So you
ever done this boxing? No, I haven't done it.
Like, so you ride a bike and then you get off and you hit a bag or something?
Right.
No.
Not your bag, huh?
I do enjoy a nice spork, though.
0-2. Yes, my wife does yoga, and I like yogurt. 2 strikes on Cubs second baseman. Sizzling stretch here, getting on base and knocking in runs. Last 22 games, 20 walks, 24 RBIs. A young Ben Zobrist. Short sleeve sweater shirt. And he takes a called third.
Maybe a little bit off the edge. So Todd Titchener, the home plate umpire this afternoon, maybe going to be a little generous on the edges. Pitchers are able to recognize that and take full advantage. Why throw it over the plate if you're going to get pitches off the edges called?
And you have 2 offenses that, you know, they'll take pitches. So that partially explains a lot of the called third strikes. Ground ball. Mercer's got it. The spin, the throw, safe. Russell's aboard. And it's an infield hit.
Pretty play by Mercer, and I think if the throw is accurate, they get him by just a skosh. The throw is up a little bit. Freeze has to go airborne. Infield knock for Addy.
So Mercer was bobbling the ball, so he just couldn't get a good handle on it. Talked to Russell briefly today, and the word he used in terms of his success this season, confidence. Such a huge thing in this game. Yeah, talked about rookies trying to, can I perform at this level? Can I thrive at this level? Can I stay at this level?
And no matter how many times you're told, hey, you can play here. You've got the skill set. We know that's why you're in the big leagues. Until you actually do it, you're not convinced that you can do it.
On pause by Cole. Now the pitch. Baez with a ground ball. Diving stop for Gong. And they can only get one. So the inning is alive for David Ross.
Confidence and also just being comfortable. I think when a young player, any player, even if it's a 27-year-old journeyman type guy, when you first come to the big leagues, everything is new. New ballparks, new people. The clubhouse is full of reporters. It has a completely different feel than it does at the minor league level, and you see it a lot with young players, that deer in the headlights look about them, and it takes a while to get over that.
Here's Ross, who had the big day on Friday. And he drives one into the left field corner, foul. Three for 4 in his 99th Major League home run. Cubs like to celebrate, and they have already said when he hits number 100, look out.
See the mariachi band spilling out of the dugout. Strobe lights flashing.
Is that a young Brian Wilson? Has a sign from Cervelli. It's a fastball up, and Ross hits it well, but it'll be caught by McCutchen to end the inning. 2 in the books, zeros.
This copyrighted telecast is presented by the authority of the Chicago Cubs and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Chicago Cubs. I'm attorney Howard Ankin with legendary sportscaster Steve Stone.
And I know the right team knows how to win, like Howard Ankin Law Office.
If you or someone you know needs help with an injury case, I'm here to help. Please give me a call.
Put Howard's number in your phone right now, 312-6-million.
Nobody should go to bed hungry.
That's where our friends at Binny's Beverage Depot are going to bat for the Greater Chicago Food Depository.
Every time the Cubs leadoff man gets a hit, Binny's donates $100 to help feed hungry families in Chicagoland.
That calls for a toast.
When you're ready to buy a house, a mortgage from U.S. Bank could help make it possible. And a dedicated financial partner will be with you every step of the way. See about pre-qualifying today. U.S. Bank, the power of possible.
Any questions?
Yo, elbow patches. Why you gotta complicate things? Uncle Richie's math is simple. Dodge Durango RT has heavy V8 power, generating 360 horses for the driver, 2 Blu-ray screens for the kids. And Dodge Journey's 8.4-inch touchscreen, biggest in its class.
Class dismissed. Get you some of that.
Get $3,500 combined cash allowance plus $500 bonus cash or 0% APR for 60 months on the 2016 Dodge Grand Caravan.
Welcome back. We are scoreless as we head to the third here. And earlier today, down in left field, Justice Travis Wood ruling over the kangaroo court. Pitchers only kangaroo court. I think Chad Noble there is right. The bullpen catcher was the sergeant at arms. And I don't know all the details, but I know Lester Strode was brought up on charges of cheating on the the little video they did with the hat and the ball hiding under the hat bouncing around. So Lester was accused of doing some reconnaissance in advance of that and knowing which hat it was going to be under because he always gets it right.
A strike on Garrett Culp. My source close to the situation said all those charged in today's proceedings were guilty. Everybody.
Yeah, that's always the case. Kangaroo, nobody gets off the hook in kangaroo court. Safdar from the Cubs media relations defended him, put up a strong legal argument, but Justice Wood ruled guilty.
Were you telling me you had the court back in the day, and if someone appealed the fine, they automatically doubled it?
Yeah, you try to appeal your case.
Swing and a miss. More on that with Kelly.
Well, guys, I talked to Lester Strode before the game, and he's actually going to appeal this verdict. He said that Travis Wood never even asked him whether he was guilty or not, so he didn't get to tell him with the hand on the Bible how this was going to go down, and he says he's definitely going to appeal and see what comes of that. So this afternoon, he didn't feel like Travis Wood did a very good job as the judge during the whole verdict, but Chad Noble feeling like he got slighted a bit with Lester Strode in this one.
Well, I don't know how it works in kangaroo court, but the players have a union. They have an appeal process with Major League Baseball, but I don't believe coaches and managers do. So I think Lester,
and if he appeals, they'll charge him double. I promise him that.
Outside on Mercer on a changeup. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Now, Lester's son is an attorney, or he's either an attorney, practicing attorney now, or going through a Harvard Law School. So maybe he needs to fly in his son.
Trying to catch the backdoor, missed. It's 2-1.
This is the first I've seen of the kangaroo court. I don't know if this was a one-time deal to deal with this particular grievance, or if this is something they're going to do throughout the year.
He's run it full. 3-2. Dangerous McCutchen on deck. That'll get out of play. Mario Becerra from the Cubs front office, he was the bailiff. They had to make sure they had a bailiff show up for court. Everybody has to stay in order. Good battle here.
And some teams do a kangaroo court, and it'll be baseball specific. There'll be certain violations that are tied to the playing of the game. Not forgetting how many outs there are, throwing to the wrong base. Leadoff walk after the 7th inning would be an automatic fine for a pitcher in some courts. But this one I think was more just kind of offbeat. And again, it may have only been that one grievance against Lester. I don't know.
Right.
If there was more going on down there or not.
Pitch number 9 of this sequence. Get him on a ground out to short. Tonight, get ready for an all-new episode of Beer Money. CSN tests Chicago in sports knowledge while contestants try to score cash. Don't miss Beer Money, presented by Coors Light, tonight at 7 on CSN. An all-new episode.
I'm just trying to drive up ratings.
The inside corner, we should note John Lester had his charges dismissed, or they'll take him up at the next session, right? Starting pitcher can't be involved that day. Broken bat, one hopper to Russell. First time they've gone down 1-2-3. Court adjourned at ease.
We're here in this auto graveyard to demonstrate a remarkable car polish. New Finish, the once-a-year car polish. Simply wipe it on and just wipe it off. It's that easy. And look, New Finish restored a deep, hard shine even to this weather-beaten car. We polished this car with New Finish and ran it through 52 car washes. Even after heavy-duty detergents and powerful scrubbing, the water still beads. So get New Finish.
Available at Advance Auto, Target, Home Depot, Walgreens, AutoZone, Walmart, and other leading stores.
Just announced from Ford. 0% financing for 60 months, plus $1,000 cash. And now for a limited time, get an extra $1,000 smart bonus cash on Focus, Fusion, and Escape. America's best-selling brand with our best offer. 0% financing for 60 months, plus $1,000 cash and an extra $1,000 smart bonus cash. Supplies are limited, so hurry while selection is best and see your local Ford dealer today.
Thank you. Imagine if the things you bought every day earned you miles to get to the places you really want to go. With the United Mileage Plus Explorer card, you get a free checked bag, 2 United Club passes, priority boarding, and 30,000 bonus miles. Everything you need for an unforgettable vacation. The United Mileage Plus Explorer card. Imagine where it'll take you.
Tonight, get ready for a brand new episode of Beer Money. It's Chicago's favorite sports trivia show, where fans test their knowledge for a chance to win cash. Beer Money, presented by Coors Light, tonight at 7 on CSN Chicago.
Time now for greater coverage of baseball, brought to you by T-Mobile. David Ortiz, what a day he had yesterday in the Red Sox extra innings win over Houston. Miguel Cabrera, well, the home run measured at .462. Tigers have been struggling. Jonathan Scope knocked in 5, hit a couple of home runs. So Ortiz doubled with 2 outs in the 11th. Give the Red Sox a 6-5 win. For the Astros will get out of play. Game time triple in the 9th. Before that, moved into the top 20 in all-time home runs. That is a day.
And a day in a year so far for Big Papi, who has announced that he's going to retire at the end of the season. He's playing as well as ever.
At 40 years old. Marte into foul territory and no play. Right-hander with an 0-2, and Lester able to hang in.
So what was it, 500 home runs, 600 doubles? Is that the club he joined?
Yes.
Hank Aaron? Unusual, maybe?
I did not see the list.
I don't think Musial didn't hit 500 home runs. Good take.
All right, I got it. Aaron, Bonds, Ortiz.
Bonds.
3 guys. 600 doubles, 500 homers. Goes 3-1.
The Cubs offer special programs designed for your future Cub, from Kids Sundays here at Wrigley Field to Clark's Crew and baseball summer camps throughout the Chicago area. There are many ways to build lifelong Cub memories with your kids. Visit Cubs.com/kids to learn all about our Cubs Kids offerings.
One out in the inning. Here's Dexter Fowler. Garrett Cole, former #1 overall pick. 2011. UCLA, and they'll have to cover again. Good throw by Freese, who's not played much over at first.
This is his second start there this year. We saw him a little bit at second base in the series over in Pittsburgh as Glenn Hurdle was playing around with different options, knowing that Jung Ho Kang was about to come off his rehab assignment. Freese was swinging a hot bat, wanted to find a way to keep him involved.
Hayward struck out on a high fastball in the first inning.
When you watch Cole pitch, you can certainly understand why he went #1 overall. He's got electric stuff, big prototypical power pitcher's body.
Highest drafted player ever to attend UCLA. His teammate Trevor Bauer went #3, 2 picks behind him. So we have to go back to 1978 to find that 2 of the top 3 picks coming from the same school. Bob Horner and Hubie Brooks out of Arizona State.
Horner went right to the big leagues.
When Cole was a freshman, 2009, on that Bruins team, there were 6 pitchers who later became major leaguers. Off the plate inside.
Did they win a national championship? Must have made at least College World Series appearance in that time.
They did not qualify.
Wow.
You got him for strikeout #3. 0-0 after 3.
No thanks, I have X1 from Xfinity, so.
Don't fall for DirecTV. Xfinity lets you download your shows from anywhere. Sign up today or get started with this great offer. Call or go online today.
I used to like that song.
We started with the class-leading RX. We gave it paddle shifters to help you command the road. A sport mode to help you control the road. And a sport-tuned suspension to help you connect with the road. The Lexus RX F Sport. This is the RX Elevated. Lease the 2016 RX 350 for $419 a month for 36 months. See your Lexus dealer.
You ever feel like you're spinning?
Like you're stuck in the same place in life? Just going round and round and round? Yeah, man. Been there.
No, actually spinning.
Oh, we can fix that by going to Midas. They have a great selection of tires. Sorry, Doug. I thought you were trying to get deep.
Nah.
Trust the Midas Touch. For tires, brakes, oil, everything.
Tuesday, the I-94 rivalry is back. with Dexter Fowler and Chris Bryant against Ryan Braun and Chris Carter. Cubs at Brewers, Tuesday at 7 on CSN. This series is sponsored by Blue Harbor Resort.
Hey, Cub fans, we want to hear from you during today's game. Make sure you use hashtag Cubs Talk on Twitter and follow at CSN Cubs all season long for the latest news on your favorite team. Underway here in the 4th inning.
Happy birthday.
1-0 pitch. It's 1-1. Coming back. Rising heater, and Freeze would only foul it back. White Sox have a 4-3 lead over the Yanks in the 5th in New York. Twins trying to start a win streak, 3-0 at Cleveland. Late, they're in the 8th inning there. Swing and a miss. So that is strikeout number 5 for Lester.
That power cutter just keeps on burrowing down and in on right-handed hitters.
Bunted foul by Marte. Mentioned the red-hot Orioles. They're tied at 3, hosting Detroit. 5th inning there. Lester, like Cole, likes his fastball.
Yeah, you know, he does different things with it too. So it's you know, one pitch, but he'll throw 2 seamers, he'll sink it, he'll elevate with 4 on occasion. Movement is so important. If you have both of those, you can throw a ton of fastballs. Look no further than Bartolo Colon over there with the Mets. He's throwing about 83 miles an hour and throws the highest percentage of fastballs in the game. Sinks it, runs it down and away.
Get off me baseball. Marte gets hit a lot, and he's fortunate that one didn't hit him. Could have done some damage on the hands. Drives this ball to right. Hayward chasing after it, and he's got it on the warning track.
When he first hit it, I didn't think he hit it all that well, but it carried pretty far, especially on a day like today. The wind has died down a little bit. More than a little bit. The flags were pretty stiff just a little while ago.
Ball to third. Baez makes the play. Pirates have been sent down. Each of the last 9 batters have made outs.
Say cheese.
Cheese. At White Castle, we know how to make cravers smile. Cheese up your favorite slider with classic American cheese or crave your fave jalapeno cheese. And now, choose any cheese on a 10-sack of original sliders for $7.99. And don't forget about our sides.
Cheese?
That's right, like loaded cheese fries, new cheese curd nibblers, and mozzarella sticks. Only at White Castle.
Cheese. Lowe's one-year guarantee on plants means anyone can have a beautiful garden. Finally, something in this yard as beautiful as me. Enjoy.
Now get Miracle Grow Garden Soil 2 for $12 at Lowe's.
I forgot to record that show.
Now we have to wait forever to see it.
With DirecTV, you don't.
You see, we got the power to turn back time. That show you missed, let's just go back and find. And let's go back and choose spicy instead of mild. And maybe reconsider having that second child. See, that's the power to turn back time.
Watch shows you forgot to record. Call 1-800-DIRECTV.
Closed captioning of Cubs baseball on Comcast Sportsnet is brought to you by U.S. Waterproofing.
A little seepage in your basement is no need to panic. Count on the experts at U.S. Waterproofing to diagnose and repair the problem. For a free consultation, call 888-SEEPAGE or visit seepage.com.
Welcome back, folks. Today's CSN Bar of the Game, presented by Coors Light, is Slugger's Bar, right around the corner, right here in Wrigleyville. To see the complete list of the CSN Bars of the Game, presented by Coors Light, visit csnchicago.com.
Spent some time over there at Sluggers. Hey, they've got dueling pianos today.
Maybe.
9 o'clock on a Saturday.
Can you play dueling banjos on dueling pianos?
Pirates without a hit through 4. Cubs have 2. Pirates have walked twice for their 2 base runners.
Yeah, and the 2 hits by the Cubs, a pop-up, Dexter Fowler out behind second base that Jordy Mercer lost in the sun and the wind, and then an infield single for Addison Russell. Play that Mercer almost made. A little difficulty getting the ball out of his glove. So, we could have a double no-no going here. A little Hippo Vaughn, Fred Tony thing going on.
Ground ball to Gong, and he fires a strike to Freeze. The 2009 UCLA Bruins did not qualify for the College World Series, but the 2010 team did. They were a finalist. Mr. Joel for that info. Strike on Rizzo. Rizzo with a fly to left. Sure you vote for your favorite Chicago Cub for the All-Star game. Cubs.com/vote. You can vote up to 5 times today, up to 35 times total. Got it? Only 35, JD.
I'll get on it right now.
36.
37 is right out.
The All-Star games in San Diego.
Ben Zobrist having an all-star kind of year. Cubs currently with 4 players on a pace to drive in more than 100 runs. Zobrist one of them. Rizzo, Bryant, and Addison Russell part of that club as well.
Zobrist out into deep right center. Rodriguez chasing after it. He won't get it. It'll one-hop the wall, and it's a 2-out double.
RBI opportunity now for Addison Russell. 2-out double by Zobrist. Two-seam fastball. Not sinking, but running away from him, and he gets the head out in front. Pumps it into the alley in right center.
Russell 1 for 1. Field hit in the second. Got a 9-game hitting streak. But great at home this year. Come up with some huge hits in big spots. You and I do not like the word clutch. It's something occasionally mentioned, and I think instead of saying guys are clutch, it's more that they don't let the moment get to them.
Yeah, they don't panic. I think a guy can be clutch for a day. I think a guy can be clutch over the course of a season even, but I don't think you can define a player as a clutch player.
Yeah, Derek Jeter was called Mr. Clutch, but the thing was, he just kind of did in the postseason what he did in the regular season.
Yeah.
He just was the same guy all the way through.
I remember talking to Merv Reddeman about that a long time. Big league hitting coach and a good hitter in his day as well. I said something about a clutch hitter, and he just scoffed. There's no such thing as a clutch hitter.
He held. I will say this, though, regarding those big moments. The fact that Russell is doing that at a really young age, I think bodes well for the future.
Yeah, I think he's just a good hitter, and I think he's going to be one of those guys that will be able to perform under duress.
2-2, and this time he strikes out.
That wasn't very clutch at all.
Number 4 for Garrett Cole. The pitcher's duel here on a Sunday.
A real test isn't taken in a classroom or with a pencil. A real test is taken with your heart rate. It's measured in your breathing and with your fingertips. This might not make sense now, but it will. Ready, test, drive at your local Audi dealer today.
The simple truth is, sometimes life isn't just. Someone crosses over the line, the best laid plans fail, or the sky falls, and lives are changed forever, and people suffer. And when that happens, you might find a system that is not just. That's the reason I began my career, because even when life isn't just, there can be justice, and everyone deserves justice.
And here we go, folks.
It's your favorite hot dog bun, mustard, and overpriced watered-down beer.
Are you sure you want to eat all that? Because you already weigh more than your team's batting average.
Let's just toast to our anniversary. Oh no, it's corked.
Let's just watch the game. I tweeted all of your friends to come over, but I guess no one showed up.
That's okay. I invited one of your friends too.
It's out of here.
Give a real anniversary gift this year. Escape to the Champagne Lodge in Willowbrook. Book your next special memory at the Champagne Lodge today. You know you deserve it.
Make sure you follow Patrick Mooney, our Cubs insider, on CSNChicago.com all season long. Presented by Nationwide's Jeff Vukovich, serving the community for 38 years. Go to jeffvuk.com. Nationwide is on your side. Tony Andracki is working today for CSNChicago.com's coverage. Jung Ho Gang.
See John throw a lot of those fastballs in on the right-handed hitters. He goes east and west very well. Establishes both sides of the plate. Don't have to rely as much on trickery when you do that. You know, a lot of guys are front and back type pitchers. That, you know, hard stuff, change-ups just to upset the timing. With John, it's more about location.
Ross. Flush, and P.J. Mainville comes head athletic trainer out to check on him. I want to send out happy 73rd birthday wishes. Walter Schlamp watching in Arlington Heights, rooting on the Cubs today, and our buddy Craig Lynch, longtime radio reporter covering the Cubs. Today is the 61st anniversary of his first game ever.
Congratulations, Craig.
That is thumped foul through the bullpen.
This is also the anniversary of the beginning of Joe DiMaggio's 56-game hitting streak back in 1941.
One and two the count. Outside on a curveball that got away from John. Some minor league notes from the Cubs system. Albert Almora putting together a heck of a year. AAA Iowa. Diving stab. Wrestled to Rob Gong of a hit. The hardest hit ball we've seen today.
Put a circle around that one in your scorebook. That was awfully slick. He was so quick. Quick first step. Hang with him. Jung Ho Gung.
Here's Harrison. Almora hitting .341. He's got an 11-game hitting streak. Wilson Contreras .342. There's Mendy Alcantara, homered in their win last night. He got on base 6 times, 3 hits, 3 walks, and a 3-run homer. AA Tennessee Smokies set a new stadium attendance record as they hosted Birmingham. They lost the game 11-1, but 7,902 were there.
Must have been Mick Gillespie bobblehead day or something.
Right-hander Jeremy Knoll, 5 shutout innings for the Myrtle Beach Pelicans. We're 19 and 15. Yasiel Ballagert, 4 hits. South Bend Cubs of the Midwest League. Their bullpen has not given up a run in over 23 innings. They are 21 and 13, tied for first place. Stuff from the Cubs system. 2-2 on Harrison. Rodriguez next. And a bouncer to a charging Baez.
The Newborn Fan Club is the perfect gift for parents of tiny Cubs to showcase what it means to be a Cub for life. Receive a customized photo of the Wrigley Field marquee, a Cubs birth certificate, baby stocking cap, and unique Cubs onesie. Visit Cubs.com/kids for more information.
It's number 70 for Lester. Curve is outside.
Repeating your delivery, those 2 curveballs ending up in the same exact spot. soft here with Rodriguez. A couple backdoor curves just missing, then a straight change.
Foul on a cutter. There's a happy fan right there. My hand is killing me, but I got the ball.
John might want the changeup. He said David Ross paused a little bit before starting to flash the signs. He was running through the sequence, determining what he wanted to try. I'm going to go fastball away, it looks like.
He got him. Lester, no hitting the Pirates through 5. He has sent down 12 in a row. Still scoreless.
Why is Hyundai calling its Memorial Day sales event better than ever? Because better than everyone would just be rubbing it in. And right now, Hyundai is making 2016 better than ever with no monthly payments for 6 months.
We are here at Benny's Beverage Depot, and Joe, it's amazing how many good young players arrived to the Cubs at the same time. Have you ever seen anything quite like that?
I've been in some good organizations, the California Angels, the Anaheim Angels, and then eventually the Rays and Tampa Bay, and I've had a lot of really good young players, but not the numbers or the quality that exists right now, and then their ability to play at such a high level and at such a young age with the lack of experience.
What's better about Hyundai's Better Than Ever sales event? This, and this. Hurry in today and lease the Tucson for $179 a month or the Santa Fe Sport for $249 a month.
Hi everyone, Sierra Santos here with a Coors Light Cold Hard Facts Sportsnet Central update. Join us for Sportsnet Central tonight at 6:30. We'll have post-game reaction from John Lester and the Cubs after the game. Plus, our Todd Hollandsworth breaks it all down. The White Sox go for the series win in Newark, and the Bears wrap up rookie minicamp. That and more at 6:30. But first, more Cubs baseball with Len and JD.
Make sure you follow In-Game Live on CSNChicago.com, presented by State Farm. Cubs trying to score that first run today. Garrett Cole has been good. John Lester, as good as we've seen him. It was a breaking ball that didn't break much.
Yeah, the slider backed up on him. Home run could be very big the way this game is progressing.
4 pitch walks, right? Freeze and Cervelli. And that's it for the Pirates. Cubs have 3 hits off Cole, so not a ton of traffic. And our Coors Light game report. Here's Kelly.
Well, guys, as David Ross steps up to the plate, made really good contact that first time around, but I had a chance in that conversation with John Lester to say, what are you going to do special for him when he gets that 100th home run? And he said, I've been trying to line up all kinds of things, and they just keep falling through right now. But you look at guys like Ortiz and Jeter getting all kinds of free stuff, surfboards. If anyone needs free stuff, it's got to be David Ross. That was his comment, but certainly he's got something up his sleeve when that number 100 happens.
I think it seems to be coming sooner than a lot of people thought. He had a good spring, and at times he has shown really good power at this level. Tried to bunt his way on there. That's not how you hit your 100th, David. 2 strikes. Lester on deck.
Grandpa being crafty there with Kung way back at third base.
Cole has been more efficient to this point than Lester. Just reaching the 60 pitch mark. Lester at 74 through 5. Cole has not walked anybody to this point.
Yeah, last couple innings he's gotten quicker outs, and that's kept that pitch count down. That was not the case in his start earlier this month in Pittsburgh. In that game, you got the sense he was just trying to overpower the Cub hitters, not willing to pitch to contact.
If you're wondering, the Cubs offense has had 1 game out of the first 35 in which they did not walk. That was a 6-1 win, game 2 of the season in Anaheim. 24 of their first 35, they've had at least 5 walks. 3 times they've walked at least 10 times. What was that?
I don't know.
Todd Titchener asked Garrett Cole for the ball, and it didn't look like Cole appreciated it. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Lester with 2 outs. .95, but above the zone. Broken bat bouncer to third. To end the inning, we go to the 6th. Cubs nothing, Pirates nothing.
Dear Chicago, let's take a trip out of Midway to your favorite international destinations. With love, Southwest.
I solemnly swear that my KFC $20 fill-up will fill your family of 4 up with 8 pieces of delicious original recipe chicken and sides. It's a meal that's freshly prepared every day. Court adjourned. Colonel quality guaranteed.
Taking the hassle out of yard work just got even easier. During the Echo National Sales Event, get a pro-grade Echo trimmer or handheld blower for only $149.99 each, backed by a 5-year warranty. But hurry, these deals will be gone before you know it. So take back your yard with Echo.
We built this thingy. We built this thingy on tech that's old. We built this thingy.
Yeah, Xfinity built this newer thingy that lets me search with my voice.
We're good. Don't fall for DirecTV. Find shows faster with the X1 voice remote, only from Xfinity. Sign up today or get started with this great offer. Call or go online today.
Wednesday night on CSN Plus. The heat is on as the Fire set out to seize 3 critical points in an Eastern Conference match with the New York Red Bulls. Fire at Red Bulls, beginning Wednesday at 6 on CSN Plus. Go Fire!
Xfinity high-speed action. It was kind of fun to look at the strike 3 calls of Brian Knight and Todd Tishner. A lot of them here these last 2 days.
Victor Arrieta yesterday as he went to that fastball late in counts, especially through the middle innings. And John Lester with outstanding command today. Gaining the corners, working the bottom of the knees. Start that lawnmower.
Yeah, I'm going to take that Tishner third strike call. I like it. Nine, 1-2 for the Pirates. Cole, Mercer, and McCutchen.
All these umpires somewhere along the way worked on that, right? They stood in front of a mirror in the hotel room or at home and worked on their punch out, their strike 3 call.
It's like your autograph. You've got one. You got to figure out what it's going to be.
Frank Drebin had the best.
It's Jay Johnstone at the plate. Foul. This effort by Baez. Well, he wasn't a toddler, but a little younger. How about the batting glove on?
Yeah,
what's going on with that?
Well, it's you know what it was. It was spring training, and it's probably
glove on. We got to take your picture.
Probably getting ready to go. Yeah. Do some bunting drills or something and said, hey, can you take a picture here? Okay. Either that or it was just a cold day.
Cole has 1 career home run. It was off Blake Parker here, September of 2014. Swing and a miss. Strike 3 on the curve.
He's a young Len Casper.
Yeah. They made it into a baseball card.
So on the back of that card, what would the details be? What would be the...
Well,
you got to put your height, your weight, bat right, bat left throw.
He's a switch hitter.
Switch hitter.
Pitched, played a little third.
Do you have a nickname as a kid?
Lenny. I got a lot of where's Squiggy when I was a kid. So lines foul.
Do you have to rough some kids up over that after time? Enough of the Squiggy jokes and just kind of get them in a headlock and work them over a little bit?
No, I didn't. I was a lover, not a fighter. That's a strike. It's 1-2. Kind of had that Opie Taylor thing going, didn't they?
Yeah, well, that's a good look. Nothing wrong with Opie Taylor.
Two on Mercer. McCutchen is on deck. Three and two.
Sure gives you a tough AB. He'll take his walks. He doesn't strike out that much. He's bounced out twice to short so far this afternoon.
It's a high fly to left. Bryant's got it.
Clark's Crew, presented by Jewel Osco and Tropicana, is the official kids club of the Chicago Cubs. Team up with Clark as a member of Clark's Crew and receive kid-specific perks, experiences, and merchandise. Visit Cubs.com/kids to sign up your young Cubs so they can be part of the fun all season long.
McCutchen is popped to first and grounded to short. That's foul.
Man, they hung in there on that one and didn't move.
That came in hot.
No way. I'm not flinching or throwing a hand up on that.
Swing and a miss. Big crowd today. Cheering on John Lester. Here's his 0-2.
Seen Todd Tichenor give a little leeway on the outside corner against the right-handed hitters. Let's see if they go there. Not been very many bad misses for John today. If he misses his spot, it's normally just been by a little bit. A lot of times, many times, when you see a pitcher miss his spot by that much, it's because they just don't trust the pitch. They don't, you know. Sometimes you get the ball back from the catcher. You're thinking one thing, he calls it, so that helps confirm your thinking, and you're much more likely to execute the pitch. There's sequences where it's a little out of sync, you're shaking off, you're not sure what to go with. A lot of times that pitch is not made with conviction.
Swing and a miss, strike 3. 6 no-hit innings for John Lester.
Honda knows that efficiency has its advantages. That's why the Honda CR-V can help you get places using less fuel. Gives you a better view of your surroundings. And helps you stay in touch while you're on the road. The CR-V, from KBB.com's best value brand. Nothing compares to a Honda. Visit your Chicagoland and Northwest Indiana Honda dealer and test drive a Honda today.
Visit CSNChicago.com for great deals on your favorite team's merchandise. From jerseys and hats to customized shirts and more. Get the latest trends for the Bears, Blackhawks, Bulls, Cubs, and Sox at the shop on CSNChicago.com.
We found out who's been hacking into our network.
Who?
Guess.
I don't know. Some kids in a basement?
You watch too many movies.
Who?
A small business in China.
A business?
They work 9 to 5. They take lunch hours.
Like a job?
Like a job. We track them.
How did we do that?
We have some new guys defending our network.
New guys?
Well, they're not that new. They've been defending things for a long time.
It's not just security, it's defense. BAE Systems.
The BMW i8 surround view camera system keeps you fully aware of the road around you. Even when you're driving the BMW X3. This and other BMW i8 innovations available in the BMW X3. We only make one thing, the ultimate driving machine. Visit your Chicagoland BMW centers today.
Oh, gee, Paw.
Time to go down to the fishing hole.
Yeah, he had better hair, but that's okay. And then we all grow up. Ron Howard, by the way, one of our favorite 7th inning stretch guests. Big baseball fan. And as nice in person as you would think.
As he would expect him to be, yeah.
Just great. Yep.
That's good to know.
Fowler cuts and misses. 1-1. So the Pirates without a hit through 6. The Cubs without a run through 5.
I heard Aunt B could be a handful, though. John Lester on top of his game, obviously. Now needs a little run support. See if the Cubs can get a little something going against Cole here. Third time through the batting order. Here's a bit of irony, if you're into such things. In 1915, Claude Hendricks, pitching for the Chicago Whales of the Federal League, threw a no-hitter against Pittsburgh.
Called strike 3. Hey, Cub fans, show your team pride with Cubs checking and an official Cubs MasterCard debit card only available at your local Wintrust Community Bank. Go to wintrust.com/Cubs to learn more. Member FDIC. Made an Ernie Harwell reference earlier, excessive window shopping. Probably his most famous play-by-play call was he stood there like the house by the side of the road and watched it go by. That's happened a lot this weekend. Two strikes to Hayward. Carlos Beltran has hit number 400. Go-ahead homer for the Yankees. Leading 5-4 over the White Sox. They get into the late innings. Broken bat pop-up. It's Freeze and foul ground.
Sign up for the Chicago Cubs baseball summer camps presented by ATI Physical Therapy and Ideal Industries. Young sluggers ages 5 to 13 will suit up in Cubs gear, meet a current Cub player during a VIP Wrigley Field visit, and receive top-notch baseball instruction all around the Chicagoland area. To enroll your child in the camp experience of a lifetime, visit Cubs.com/kids.
The wind has slightly shifted, and it could be significant. It's not blowing straight in. It's blowing a little bit right to left. And with the guy like Chris Bryant at the plate, they could get one airborne to left.
Sliders away, fastballs in from the Pirates against Chris Bryant in this series. A lot of elevated, hard stuff in on the hands, up above the belt, and then to counter it with sliders away. Two perfectly placed slide balls there from Cole.
It's Jake Arrieta like 90 miles an hour on that hard slider. Curve is low, right where Cervelli wanted it. On the ground, charged by Mercer. Close at first. Out is the call. We go to the 7th inning in a scoreless tie.
This new Sonic Lemonade's great, huh?
I can't believe they set that lemonade stand up right across the street.
Uh-oh, she saw me. You're a full-grown adult. Come on, man. Oh, boy. Okay, duck down. Start the car.
Introducing Iced or Frozen Ultimate Lemonades, and get a free slush when you download the new Sonic app.
My heart and my broken bones. If I can't stand up on my own, don't make me stand alone. Lift me up so I can see the light. When the sun goes down, I will lay in your arms tonight. Don't be afraid, your heart's been repaid.
These outdoor furnishings from Lowe's are so stylish, it almost feels like we're inside the house. Not that I've been in there. Or have I?
Now get your choice of charbroil grills for only $179.
Our first kid. It's time for a new car.
A new safe car.
Exactly.
Well, the Camry's really safe. 10 airbags. You could even get one with a blind spot monitor.
I don't know if we need all that.
It's good. It's good to have safe things.
Maybe we should get it.
Yeah, you never know.
For a limited time, lease a new 2016 Camry with 0 due at signing, 0 deposit, 0 down, and 0 first month's payment. Or get 0% APR for 72 months on Camry.
Safe travels.
Thank you.
Toyota, let's go places.
Glasgow strikes out. John Lester's thrown a no-hitter at Fenway. He no-hits the Kansas City Royals.
A young John Lester, May 19th, 2008. Pretty great story. Cancer survivor. Babyface John Lester. He works to David Freese. 7th inning. Strike call.
Struck out 9 in that ball game. Walked 2. He's walked 2 so far here today.
It's the first career complete game and shutout of his major league career. One and one.
Good looking pitch.
Change up and Freeze out in front. Pirates had a weird day yesterday. 2 runs on 3 hits. All runs and hits in the 4th inning. That was it. Look out, almost hit him.
He established hard in early in the ball game. That's opened up some things for him on the outside part of the plate. Most hitters, if you show a willingness to go hard up and in, I'm not talking about drilling guys or sticking one in their ribs, but just a willingness to come up and in. You're going to make them pause before they dive to cover that outside corner.
Back to Lester. Boy, the broken barrel of that bat ended up out near shortstop.
There's been a few dead soldiers out there today. Cole and Lester both snapping some lumber. And that one, John was able to get out of his glove.
Yeah, there have been times when he's just flipped the whole ball and glove over to his first baseman.
The whole kit and caboodle.
Marte pops it up. Foul out of play. Swing and a miss. This will be his 100th pitch coming up.
He's just continuing this trend of outstanding starts. Cup starters the best in baseball this year. Last 4, 29 and a third, and they've allowed 6 earned runs.
Topper foul to first.
They hit the ball pretty good last time. He hit a curveball towards the alley in right center. Jason Hayward was able to run it down. First time up, got caught looking.
Pirates are on the hit board on an 0-2 pitch at that. And the fans here at Wrigley get on their feet. Bring up Cervelli.
Marte breaks the no-hitter up, and a base-stealing threat. He's their best in that department. Turn the page. See if you can get a ground ball from Cervelli here.
And with the first hit and first base runners since the second inning, we're going to see some movement in the Cubs bullpen as Lester is over 100 pitches. Strike. That is the first Pirate hit again since the Cervelli single in the fourth yesterday. Adam Warren is up. Back in.
And Marte in the ball game yesterday, we couldn't tell if he was bluffing or if he slipped, but this time he clearly was breaking to go. I don't know what he's wearing on his feet, but he's not getting a whole lot of traction. He's out there doing some work on the base paths, trying to clear away some excess dirt.
Was it Coco Crisp did that the other day, and Hanley Ramirez went out and said don't do that?
I didn't see that.
Yeah, runner goes, swing and a miss, throw to second, not in time. In time 1-2 on Cervelli.
He does not have a very big lead, and he didn't get that great of a jump. That first slide throw a little high. Proved to be the difference maker. I think the hand got in there just before the tag was applied on the leg.
Pitcher and catcher discuss things now with a runner at second for the first time today. Nothing ties, seventh inning.
Cervelli drove in the Pirates' runs in the ball game yesterday. There's a fun little John Lester stat factoid. Strikeout rate overall of 24%, a little better than league average. With runners in scoring position, he strikes out just under 40%. Wow. Second best in Major League Baseball.
2-2 home. He got him.
There are those that would argue, well, the Cubs starting pitching has been really good, but it's got to regress somewhat because of the left on base percentage. Some of these guys have a very high left on base rate, and there's an element of luck in that. League average usually around 70-72%. Some of these Cubs starters much higher than that. So a lot of it is about just when things happen. But I do think there's a skill, the ability to make pitches. We talked about clutch performance for a hitter. There's just, there's a strategic element there too. The guys oftentimes more willing to be aggressive. with nobody on base. And then when you get into a situation like this, bear down a little bit more, pitch away from contact.
There's the 0-1. It's off the outside corner. Gong sends one out into right center. Trouble here, and the Pirates will get the lead. That is an RBI double, and it's 1-0 Pittsburgh.
Pirates draw first blood. Gong, if you recall, hit the ball very sharply last time. Lined out a spectacular play by Addison Russell.
That will be it for Lester.
What a job.
Hard to believe he's going to leave trailing.
Yeah.
Having allowed 2 hits in this game, but he'll get a great hand. Adam Warren coming in. We'll be back.
T-Mobile does data differently. While the other guys gouge you for every bit of data you use. Now, T-Mobile lets you stream all the video and music that you want from your favorite services free without using 1 bit of your LTE data. Plus, you can roll your unused data forward. Nobody does data like T-Mobile. Get 4 lines with 10 gigs of 4G LTE data each for just $35 per line from T-Mobile.
Sleepy's Super Savings Event is 2 days only. Save up to 70% off name brands throughout the store. With mattress sets starting at $199, Simmons sets at $399, and Sealy Posturepedic sets at $599. Plus, save up to $500 off select adjustable bases and up to $1,200 off GS Stearns adjustable sets during the final days of Sleepy's Super Savings Event, Sunday and Monday. Sleepy's, the only mattress professionals.
Rebecca told Taco Bell she'd fold 1,000 paper swans. Brian said he'd wear 55 pounds of salmon in bear country. And Patrick, he said he'd literally do anything. Fans promised to do lots of things to bring back their favorite burritos.
Oh, I'm just kidding.
A promise is a promise, Patrick. Grab the cheesy double beef or the beefy crunch burrito for just $1. Fan favorite burritos. Get them before they're gone.
So Hyundai call to the pen. Right-hander Adam Warren is on.
Adam having a nice year. He's 3-0 with a 1.88 ERA, 14 1/3 innings. He has walked 7, struck out 13, allowed 7 base hits, fastball, slider, curve, and change.
Gong is a runner at second. The batter's Harrison. 1-0 Pittsburgh. Strike called on the outer edge. Harrison 1 for 9 in the series. Kept this pretty impressive string of starts going for the Cubs staff of at least 5 innings. He went 6 2/3. Every game this year, the starters have gotten at least through the 5th, and that's 44 in a row in the regular season, going back to September 27th of last year. Cubs' longest such stretch since 1910. Just chew on that for a second. Haven't had any of these inning and 2/3 starts.
Yeah.
Not one. That has taken so much pressure off the bullpen. Three and one.
Yeah, and it gives Joe so much flexibility because the bullpen is typically, there's been a game or two where he's had to shut a guy down out there, but usually he's got all hands on deck, and he can really mix and match as he goes through the later innings of a ball game. This is just a great example of a pitcher with a base open, trying to make quality pitches, not giving in. Three-one change up there.
He's not thrown a fastball yet.
Couple sliders, a changeup away. Last changeup on the inside part of the plate.
Fastball that time, and it was off the corner for ball 4.
If you ever want an instructional video on how to pitch around a hitter, where you're giving him an opportunity, if he wants to expand his zone to get himself out, this is exactly how you execute it.
Gregory Polanco will hit for Rodriguez.
Interesting that Clint goes with Polanco here. I thought he might go with Joyce. Polanco does not have an at-bat as a pinch hitter yet this year. Matt Joyce, 5 out of 17 in the pinch with 3 home runs. Of course, he's got a 1-0 lead, and this would be a one-player move. Polanco come in and play right field. If he used Joyce to hit, he probably would put Polanco out there in the field anyway.
To second. Good job by Russell just to slow it down, and Zobrist backing up. Fowler was heading in as well, so Gong may not have been able to head to third. Strike 1-1. There has been a 3 home run performance today. If I gave you 20 guesses, I'm guessing you would not give me the correct name.
What league?
American.
Jose Altuve.
Danny Valencia of the Oakland A's has hit 3. Tampa Bay at 7-6 A's. Bottom of the 9th.
You could have given me 100 guesses. You see Titchener big outside in terms of his strike zone, but not so much inside. And now, this is interesting. We got Cole on deck. Matt's going to go ahead and put Polanco on here. Nobody up in the Pirate bullpen.
The pitcher with 3 on. Cole has a lead now.
Yeah, and I think this is a move you make when you have a lot of confidence on the man on the mound that he's going to execute a game plan here. Cole's dangerous. I mean, he can overstate how dangerous he is, but he's not an automatic out in the batter's box. So you have to execute. Generous off the plate, but not so much in the inner part of the plate.
Russell gets the added second. Jung Ho Kang with a run-scoring double. 2 hits in the inning, the only 2 the Pirates have, and they have the lead. Time now for the stretch, brought to you by Mazda.
The 7th inning stretch is presented by Mazda. In every car we make, you'll see why driving matters.
For the last 5 days, 17 hours, and 23 minutes, you've been a passenger.
I'm back in baby's arms. How I miss those.
The Mazda 6 with Skyactiv technology makes it good to be a driver.
Shorts. It's time to dehibernate at the Bass Pro Shop's Big Short Takeover with a huge selection of men's and ladies' shorts starting under $10 to $17.
Wendy's Ghost Pepper Fries. With fresh jalapenos and ghost pepper sauce, they're perfect if you're hot for spice. And now, for a limited time, you can get Wendy's Ghost Pepper Fries for just $1.99. Yep, just $1.99.
Clark, the official mascot of the Cubs, can be part of your next event. For birthday parties and corporate outings to wedding receptions and charity events, Clark wants to be invited. Visit Cubs.com/kids for more information on bringing Clark to your next party. Polanco remains in the game and plays right field. Cole with a 1-0 lead. Rizzo, Zobrist, Russell. Here in the 7th. First pitch swinging. Short center. It's McCutchen.
Much more efficient this go around, and I think that's why Quinn Hurdle opted not to hit for him there in that situation. If he felt like he was only going to get one more inning out of him, he may have decided to hit for him. But the way he's going along and the fact that the pitch count is as low as it is, he's going to ride Cole as long as possible here today. And the other part of it is I don't know that the Pirates bullpen not quite as good as they've been in recent years.
Zobrist looking in the 2nd, a double in the 4th. $40,814 paid crowd today. 2-0 pitch. 3-0. Right-hander coming back. Zobrist pops into right field. And Polanco just into the game. Makes the play. That's Motor Player Profile. Brought to you by BMW Mini. Addison Russell loves Wrigley Field. Last 2 days he's homered. It's the first time in his young career he has hit homers in back-to-back games. Let's Motor player profile. Soft liner right to the shortstop, Mercer. So we will go to the 8th. Pirates 1, Cubs nothing.
Hey, Chicago. When did paying for airfare become so unfair? At Southwest, we believe in transparency. Transparency means we don't dream up ways we can trick you into paying more. It's why we still let 2 bags fly free and don't have change fees. So our low fares stay low. Just the way you like it.
Paint? No, this isn't just paint. This is the most advanced one-coat coverage. Made with molecules that bond stronger, bond tighter, and bond tougher in one coat for beauty that starts and stays that way. Because this isn't just paint. This is Paramount. New and exclusively at Menards.
Just announced from Ford. 0% financing for 60 months. And now for a limited time, get an extra $1,000 smart bonus cash on Edge and Explorer. Ford, America's best-selling brand, now with a great offer. 0% financing for 60 months and an extra $1,000 smart bonus cash. Supplies are limited, so hurry while selection is best and see your local Ford dealer today.
Now time for our Cubs upcoming schedule, brought to you by Travel Wisconsin. Take a look at the next road trip. It's a long one. We'll pass through Milwaukee, San Francisco, and finish up at St. Louis. Plan your fun today at travelwisconsin.com. We're going to travel to Wisconsin.
We will. Here's Pedro Strop. 1-0 Pittsburgh, 8th inning.
Top of the order up here for the Pirates. That means Jordy Mercer, who's 0 for 3 today. He's going to see sliders. He's going to see mid-90s heat. He's going to see a quick pitch at some point, in all likelihood.
In the right, and a base hit. Mercer is on first. I should say second time the Pirates have had the leadoff man on base. So Valley walked to start the second. Here's McCutchen. Line on John Lester, 6 2/3 and a run. So his ERA at 1.88. Right now he is a pitcher of record.
Yeah, and he's such a stand-up guy. If the Cubs don't come back and win this game, he'll say, he shouldn't have let that inning get away from him. Shouldn't have given up a run. But that's, it's silly. I mean, his job is run prevention, and he's really good at it. He was outstanding at it again today. He was spot on. His fastball command was outstanding. Probably would like another crack at that 0-2 pitch he made to Marte. Would be the one that would stand out.
Baez, barehanded play to get McCutchen. Wow.
Yeah, there's a whole lot of wow going on the left side of that infield. It's great eye-hand coordination, and look how much he gets on that throw.
He makes it look so easy. David Freese, 0 for 2. He walked his first time up.
When you watch that replay, you could argue, well, he probably had time to glove that if he, gets it two hands, kind of cradles with the glove and then slings it on over there. But McCutcheon can really fly, and he hasn't played a whole lot of third base, so the timing part of it still developing for him.
One ball, one strike. Two and one. Finals, A's beat the Rays 7-6. Danny Valencia, 3 homers. Twins over the Indians 5-1 the final in Cleveland.
That is the 4th road win of the year for the Twins. They're 4-16 on the road now. So I was suggesting maybe they should go to Atlanta, because Atlanta's only 2-17 at home. Somebody would come out of that one feeling better about themselves.
No more ties. Sunday night game is Cardinals and Dodgers. Mike Leake and Alex Wood later tonight. Swing and a miss on the slider. We're out number 2. Follow Cubs baseball live with the MLB.com at-bat app. Stay up to the moment at any moment with Game Day, live game video highlights, StatCast, news, and more. Download MLB.com at-bat, the #1 app for live baseball on your phone and tablet. Marte with the first Pirate hit, scoring the only run to date. Came in the 7th. Ground ball to Zobrist. He's got it. And that's it. Mercer stranded in scoring position. Bottom 3 due up.
Now it's in the hands of the bullpen, and out comes Papa John.
It looks like he's taking this official pizza thing pretty seriously.
For just $6.99 each, get 2 medium, 2 topping pizzas.
Papa John's, the official pizza of Major League Baseball.
Building our dream house on a hill wasn't the best decision we ever made, but I did get one thing right.
Discover the hill climbing power of the Toro all-wheel drive mower. Toro, count on it.
Drive and discover during 1 week to Jeep at Feeney Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Elgin. Get our lowest prices on our entire inventory. Cars, trucks, minivans, and more Jeeps than we need. All with 0% financing available. Look at this 2016 Wrangler, just $299 a month. Or a 2016 Ram 1500 Quad Cab, $279 a month. Both with 0 due. Or save $7,000 on this new Grand Cherokee. Find it at Feeney. FeeneyAutos.com.
Go for a walk. Kirby! Kirby!
Some things work better when they're connected, like your HD DVR, connected to the internet now, and you can restart shows already in progress with one click, even reverse time, and watch shows you've missed in the last 72 hours. Connecting your HD DVR is easy and it's free. Go to directtv.com/connect to learn how.
Hey everyone, Sierra Santos here in our Comcast Sportsnet studios with this Sportsnet Central update. Join us for Sportsnet Central tonight at 6:30. We'll have post-game reaction from John Lester and the Cubs after the game, plus our Todd Hollingsworth breaks it all down. The White Sox go for the series win in New York, and the Bears wrap up rookie minicamp. That and more at 6:30. But first, more Cubs baseball with Len and JD.
It is our hefty home run note of the day. Cubs have hit 12 homers on this homestand, 5 in the first 2 games of this series. You could sure use one today.
That would play, yeah. Baez not afraid to take a swing at it.
Baez tries to bunt. Cervelli makes a nice play to get it.
Well, it's not a bad idea either. Just didn't get far enough away from Cervelli, who was pretty agile back there.
Tommy La Stella with a hit for David Ross. This is where having 3 catchers allows Joe to pinch hit late.
It's fairly typical, that breakdown for Cole. He's been sitting right around 95 miles an hour all afternoon, so you're going to see a lot of fastballs and sliders in a typical Garrett Cole start. Check out those numbers.
Yeah. Remember, La Stella got a start in the wild card game against Garrett Cole. Last October, he went around that time. Could handle velocity. 1-2.
3 out of 8 as a pinch hitter this year.
Fly ball to center. This is McCutchen, 2 outs.
Well, Clint Hurdle needed a stopper, and Garrett Cole has been that guy so far today. He's like, coming into this ball game, he was 3rd among active players who have made at least 5 starts here, visiting players in terms of earned run average. He's obviously chipping away at that today, just behind Hamels and Latos, and a little bit better than Homer Bailey.
He has never completed a game at this level. You look at his pitch count. You know he's going to want to finish this one if he can, as Montero fouls away. This is career start number 80 for Garrett Cole. So Montero can stay in and catch. Foul tipped. It's 0-2. Mark Melanson now, all 3 days in this series, late, has grabbed a ball without a catcher, and he just does the pitching equivalent of the air guitar.
So you used to see guys down there sometimes doing the towel drill where they snap a towel, but he's just going through his delivery, visualizing.
Garrett Cole shutting out the Cubs through 8. It's 1-0.
Not the vast frozen plains or a wall of mountains. Nothing would get between him and what he was after. Some called him obsessed. We call him Mr. Coors. And the pure Rocky Mountain water he hunted down is still used to brew the beer that bears his name. Coors, the banquet beer.
Lowe's 1-year guarantee on plants means anyone can have a beautiful garden. Finally, something in this yard as beautiful as me. Enjoy.
Now get Miracle Grow Garden Soil 2 for $12 at Lowe's.
When a moment turns romantic, why pause to take a pill? Or stop to find a bathroom? Cialis for daily use is approved to treat both erectile dysfunction and the urinary symptoms of BPH, like needing to go frequently, day or night. Tell your doctor about all your medical conditions and medicines and ask if your heart is healthy enough for sex. Do not take Cialis if you take nitrates for chest pain or Adempus for pulmonary hypertension, as it may cause an unsafe drop in blood pressure. Do not drink alcohol in excess. Side effects may include headache, upset stomach, delayed backache, or muscle ache. To avoid long-term injury, get medical help right away for an erection lasting more than 4 hours. If you have any sudden decrease or loss in hearing or vision, or any symptoms of an allergic reaction, stop taking Cialis and get medical help right away. Ask your doctor about Cialis and a $200 savings card.
Cubs fans, put on your rally caps for an exciting finish. Brought to you by New Finish Car Polish and the #1 rated scratch remover, Scratch Doctor.
Tuesday nights, we'll be in Milwaukee as the Cubs open up a series against Ryan Braun, Chris Carter, and the Brewers. Join us for first pitch at 7 on CSN Chicago.
Check to see if Ryan Braun was in their lineup today. He was scratched last night. Not in there again today. Montero stays in and catches. Pinch hitting. Braun with a sore right wrist. And, has been hot as of late. Here's Hector Rondon. Try to keep the Pirates right where they are.
Yeah, speaking of hot, how about the numbers that this guy has posted so far? Otherworldly stuff from Rondon. 21 strikeouts, no walks, just 4 hits in 13 innings of work.
Cervelli, Gong, and Harrison for the Pirates. Mark Melancon now playing catch. So the question is, what does Clint Hurdle do? The Cubs will have the top of the order. Fowler, Hayward, and Bryant do. The starter, Cole, has retired 13 batters in a row. He does not have a complete game in the major leagues, and he's thrown 95 pitches today.
Yeah, so does he let Melancon start the inning fresh? Does he send Cole out there a hitter at a time, and as soon as there's a base runner, make a change?
You know what Cole wants?
Yeah. The fun thing about baseball is whatever Clint decides to do, you can second guess him. That's the nature of baseball. You can, wait a minute, you can't take Cole out of the game the way he's going along. And of course the counter argument is Mark Melancon's one of the better closers in the game. This is why, this is what his job description is. He's used to pitching in the 9th inning.
And it would be Cubs' 4th look at the starter. 1-2 on Cervelli. Well, first things first. He struck him out looking. Slider backed up on him a bit, but it worked. Gong with the go-ahead RBI double in the 7th. This is just his 8th game back off the disabled list. Looking for a lot of extra base power. You see slugging over 700 here early on. 1-1.
I don't think that's where Hector wanted to leave that slider either. We're picking at nits when we complain about the quality of his strikes. There you go. That's where he lives.
Happy 19th birthday to big Cub fan Chris Thompson. Two and two. Full count, 3-2. The ground toward third, but it's foul. Here Baez. It's Sofield in the area.
You know it's cold when the base coaches are wearing gloves.
High fly ball, well hit, deep left center. Bryant, Fowler will watch it go. 2-0. John with his 4th homer already.
He's been the offensive player of the day here for the Pirates. He's driven in both runs. RBI double in the 7th. Now a solo shot. They're normally spot on with his location. We talked about some of those sliders that he's left up. His fastball meant to be down and away is middle in and up a little bit. Take a moment to regroup. A little angry after that home run. He flew open in those last couple.
First homer Rondon has allowed. This is his 14th inning of work, 15th appearance. Only the 2nd run he's given up. So he's faced 45 batters. He's given up now 5 hits. There's lefty Travis Wood. Just starting to play catch.
Yeah, it's been remarkable how good Rondon has been. Now, there haven't been a lot of save opportunities because the Cubs have won so many games by a wide margin.
Charging in is Hayward, and he just can't get there. He'll have to play it on a bounce. Spazio out to the mound before Polanco bats.
Trying to put something positive in his mind as far as his delivery. Keep that front shoulder closed. Going back downhill. His first appearance in this series. Last worked on Wednesday.
Steps off. Will the extra run affect Clint Hurdle's decision, or had it already been made regarding who pitches the bottom of this inning?
Yeah, well, now with a chance to add on, that factors into it as well. He's got Matt Joyce out on deck, ready to hit for Cole.
Suppose it does make it a little easier to tell your pitcher that very thing. Hey, I want you to stay in, but I gotta.
Yeah, we got a chance to
add
our lead here.
The fact that Melanson was playing catch as the inning started leads me to think that it might have been him all the way.
Yeah, that'd be my guess too. And a lot of times too, and I think it depends on the relationship the manager has with the pitcher. Managers sometimes will go over and give the starter a little pat on the leg and say, hey, good job, you're done for today. And just how the pitcher responds to that. The pitcher go, okay, thanks, thanks, Skip. Then you feel more comfortable making that move to the pen. But if the guy fights you and says, wait a minute, this is my game, man. I'm locked in. I'm feeling good. The manager might acquiesce and run the guy back out there.
Well, I think the other part, we sit here, it's May 15th, 9 games out, long way to go, but I think if you're Clint Hurdle, you are managing this particular game a little differently, right? Chance to beat the Cubs for the first time, while you want to give your starter every chance to finish. That is not your priority.
Yeah, that's, in the final analysis, his decision has got to be made. His gut would tell us him his best chances of winning this ball game.
And 0 on Polanco. 3-1.
On the move here?
He is. Harrison runs and Polanco fouls. Run and hit. Will have to swing if it's ball 4. Harrison goes again. This is ball 4.
Yeah, now you're getting to a situation where you might want to get Rondon out of there just to limit his workload. He hasn't been overworked by any stretch, but he's made 22 pitches here today. Down 2 runs already.
That's his first walk allowed this season. So we will have a change. Joyce, the pinch hitter, was announced. Travis Wood coming in. We'll be right back. 2-0 Pirates.
This just got interesting. Why pause to take a pill? Or stop to find a bathroom? Cialis for daily use is approved to treat both erectile dysfunction and the urinary symptoms of BPH, like needing to go frequently, day or night. Tell your doctor about all your medical conditions and medicines and ask if your heart is healthy enough for sex. Do not take Cialis if you take nitrates for chest pain or Adepis for pulmonary hypertension, as it may cause an unsafe drop in blood pressure. Do not drink alcohol in excess. Side effects may include headache, upset stomach, delayed backache, or muscle ache. To avoid long-term injury, get medical help right away for an erection lasting more than 4 hours. If you have any sudden decrease or loss in hearing or vision, or any symptoms of an allergic reaction, stop taking Cialis and get medical help right away. Ask your doctor about Cialis and a $200 savings card.
Now it's in the hands of the bullpen, and out comes Papa John.
It looks like he's taking this official pizza thing pretty seriously.
For just $6.99 each, get 2 medium, 2-topping pizzas.
Papa John's, the official pizza of Major League Baseball.
Look, this isn't easy for me either, but it just feels right.
This isn't how we raised you.
You never wanted to try it?
Enough.
You must have known I was a little different.
Not this different.
Start your own legacy with the power of Infinity. Lease the QX50 for $319 a month at your Chicagoland Infinity retailer.
It's the Hyundai call to the pen. Southpaw Travis Wood with 1 out and 2 men on. 2-0 Pirates here in the ninth.
Travis, 4.82 ERA, 9 in the third inning, 7 hits, 4 walks, 9 strikeouts. Left-handed hitters batting .286 against Travis Wood. Matt Joyce, a left-handed hitter off the bench here, has not seen many southpaws this year. 6 plate appearances. He's 2 for 4 with a couple of walks against Port Siders.
Harrison at second, Polanco at first. And a strike. Cubs winning the first 5 in this season series, all by at least 4 runs. Different story today, with the Pirates leading 2-0 late. Harrison takes off. That's a fair ball, hits the bag, bounces right to Rizzo. 2 outs, second and third now. Could have been all kinds of trouble. Yep. Hits the base. It usually doesn't go right to the fielder.
And Joe's going to make another move.
Dustin Grimm to face Jordy Mercer in a moment.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
My tomatoes aren't doing too well.
I told Tia that maybe she's watering too much to cut it back and use the Miracle Grow.
Ace is the place to grow bigger, better vegetables that your kids still won't eat.
All right, thanks,
You
girl.
tell your mama said hi, okay?
Oh, I will.
All right. Head into your neighborhood Ace for all your garden needs, including local advice. Right now, get Miracle Grow potting mix for just $9.99 after instant savings. Only at Ace, the helpful place.
With a curved ultra-high-definition screen, Samsung's SUHD TVs give you a brighter picture and the most brilliant colors for the best viewing experience. It's Samsung's best TV, and it's here at Apt Electronics. Available in screen sizes from 48 to 88 inches. Come see it today. Guaranteed low prices, unbeatable selection, and free local delivery. Apt. Pleasing people since 1936.
They say an old-fashioned is served in a 10-ounce glass with a maraschino cherry and an orange slice. Actually, it's served in a room with a brick fireplace and a deer head mounted on the wall by a waitress named Diane. This is a Wisconsin supper club. When you're having fun, we're having fun.
Hyundai called to the pen. Rondon started the inning. Travis Wood got the second out. Now Grimm trying to get the third.
Justin worked the 9th inning of the ball game yesterday. 3 up, 3 down through 14 pitches. Allowed no hits, had a strikeout. So he will work on back-to-back days for the 3rd time this year.
Well, this is a big out to get. Got 2 in scoring position. And down 2 runs with 3 outs to go. Curve misses low. Mike checked in via Twitter going back to our conversation earlier this weekend. He said, shouldn't the Cubs get a couple of xFIP runs when Rondon came into the game? Yeah, that would have been nice, Mike, for sure. He had a negative xFIP. That's how good, that's how great Rondon has been. The 2-0, 3-0. Base open, but McCutchen is on deck.
Yeah.
That's a strike.
Houston had only allowed 2 runs in his first 10 appearances, a couple of single run outings back in mid-April. Of late he's struggled a bit, hasn't been quite as sharp with his command.
Ball 4.
Good try there, just a little bit low. It was down. Good call. Got a couple of rough outings on this homestand. Allowed 2 runs in the 3rd of an inning to the Nationals back on May 6th, and then 4 days later against the Padres, a 3rd of an inning, 3 runs. ERA expanding from 2 to 4.97.
Foul strike on McCutchen. Bases loaded with 2 outs. Bunch of curves to start that sequence against Mercer. He's going with the heat to McCutchen. Well, heat feels good on a cold day.
If you throw the breaking ball here, you don't want to leave it in the zone.
And the inning is over. So McCutchen strikes out. We will go to the bottom of the 9th. Gong with a home run. It's now 2-0 Pittsburgh.
If you have moderate to severe rheumatoid arthritis and you're talking to your doctor about your medication, this is Humira. This is Humira helping to relieve my pain and protect my joints from further damage. This is Humira helping me go further. Humira works for many adults. It targets and helps to block a specific source of inflammation that contributes to RA symptoms. Doctors have been prescribing Humira for over 13 years.
Humira can lower your ability to fight infections, including tuberculosis. Serious, sometimes fatal infections and cancers, including lymphoma, have happened, as have blood, liver, and nervous system problems, serious allergic reactions, and new or worsening heart failure. Before treatment, get tested for TB. Tell your doctor if you've been to areas where certain fungal infections are common and if you've had TB. Hepatitis B, are prone to infections, or have flu-like symptoms or sores. Don't start Humira if you have an infection.
Ready for a new chapter? Talk to your rheumatologist. This is Humira at work.
What's the key to business success? Stay on your toes and keep moving. Whether you're launching a new product or fighting off hackers, business has to be ready for anything. And your IT needs to support it. Forsyth Technology, together with leading partners like Cisco and Red Hat, and technology supported by Intel, will help you get ready and stay ready by leveraging the power of the cloud without compromising security and control, giving your business a lasting competitive advantage.
Cubs are down to their final at bat here, trailing 2-0. Here is Mark Melanson. He's looking for his 11th save of the season. Major league leader, by the way, in case you're wondering, Genmar Gomez of the Phillies.
Yeah, how about that? Well, they played a ton of one-run games over there in Philadelphia, and they won a whole bunch of them, and he's doing a nice job as their closer. Mark Melanson has been doing it for a while now. In the better closers in the league. 10 out of 11 in save opportunities this year. 257 earned run average. See those splits down there at the bottom. Actually tougher on left-handed hitters than righties because of the cut fastball in on the knuckles. There's that pitch a lot. And also has a good overhand curveball.
Fowler will start it.
Backdoor cutter to get ahead, and then he'll start to work that ball in on the hands of the left-handed hitters. The curve.
Kind of rocks back and forth as he gets ready to work. 2-1. Just trying to grind it out here. He did not take a walk in the first 8 innings against the starter Garrett Cole. I think that's the other thing, just the understanding of the situation. You've got a patient offense, high on base percentage. You know they're going to give you a quality at bat, and it's 3-1 on Fowler. Ball 4. There's the first walk, and the tying run will come to the plate.
Yeah, and give these fans a reason to get up on their feet and make some noise. A chance to break the Pirates' hearts here in the bottom half of the 9th. They're off to a good start. Ransom doesn't get that call at the top of the zone.
Jason Hayward. Second appearance for Melanson against the Cubs. Came in on May 4th. With his team trailing, gave up a run in an inning. And a base hit. Broken back base hit. Fowler on his way to third. He'll get there without a throw. They're at the corners with nobody out.
A shattered bat, but the strength of Hayward enables him to push his ball through the infield here. Oh, soft line drive just beyond the reach of Freese.
That's a good sign for Jason Hayward, right?
A little good karma, some good things starting to fall his way.
7-game hitting streak. Here's Chris Bryant. 2 on, no outs. Melanson to Bryant. Ball to center. Sounded like he broke his bat as McCutchen will make the catch. No sense in Fowler messing around. Even if he scores, it's not a huge deal. Got to get 2. 1 out. We'll bring up Anthony Rizzo. We're looking for Garrett Cole in the visitors' dugout. And, he may have headed back to the warmth of the visiting clubhouse, and he might be pacing right now.
He got an ice pack on his shoulder, one on the elbow, cold beverage in his hand.
He went 8 shutout on 3 hits.
Got the pom-poms out cheering for Melanson here. Yeah, cool. Brilliant this afternoon.
Rizzo's 0 for 3. All the outs in the air against Cole. It's a strike.
Vince Fowler, he went backdoor cutter to get ahead. Then he threw the curveball. And then went cutter in on the hands. We'll see what sequence he uses with Rizzo. See Anthony sliding the hands up on the bat. Rizzo, that's the thing, boy. You know, he likes to throw that cutter in on the lefties, but Rizzo's really quick in there. A high-risk pitch.
Fly ball to right. Polanco racing over. He will make the play. Fowler tagging, and he's going to score. It's 2-1, but the Pirates get a big second out. A sac fly for Rizzo. His league-leading 34th run knocked in. And it will be up to Ben Zobrist with Hayward at first. That's a good send there. And not only are you probably going to score, but you may be able to get Hayward to second. Unfortunately, weren't able to.
I'm surprised the throw even came into home plate. I think the play there is just throw that ball to second base, concede the run, and make sure that back runner doesn't move up. Now he threw it low enough where it could have been caught, and that's what freezes Hayward.
Not a huge lead by Hayward, and the pitch to Zobrist is a strike.
Zobrist 3 out of 8 against Melanson with a home run.
0-1 on Zobrist. 2 outs, 9th inning in a 1-run game, and the pitch 1-1. Not a slide step, but Melanson definitely quickens things from the stretch on his way to the plate. Two. Melanson ready. Zobrist taps foul. Addison Russell on deck. There goes Hayward. The pitch is blocked. And it's a stolen base. Tying run in scoring position. He went on a curveball.
Picked a great pitch. with the aggressive play. Why wait? Tough to string hits together against the elite closers.
Two balls, two strikes on Zobrist. Here it comes. 3-2.
Such a tough out, such a disciplined eye. Never makes it easy on the opposing pitcher.
Pirates bottom 9. Cubs with a run in, the tying run at second base.
And serve that backdoor cutter into left.
3-2. Ouch.
Got it in on him.
Sitting at home, and you know how she feels.
Cervelli telling Melanson to back off, and Melanson was ready to go.
Yeah. Picked up by Harrison, and the Pirates hang on. They beat the Cubs for the first time this season. 2-1 the final score. Jung Ho Kang, whose season ended last year in September on the Chris Coughlin slide, had a big day today. Knocked in both their runs.
The RBI double in the 7th, and then a solo home run in the 9th, which proved to be a very important run as the Pirates hang on and win by that one run. Great at bat there by Zobrist at the end. Ultimately hit the ball pretty hard, but Harrison with the shift, playing deep out there in shallow right field, able to make the play on him. Great pitching performance for both sides here today. Garrett Cole, the starter and winner for the Pirates, and John Lester, a hard luck loser. Outstanding effort for Big John today. He'll fall to 4-2, even though the ERA will go down a little bit.
Toast of the game is presented by Binny's Beverage Depot, and Garrett Cole is the recipient.
Yeah, he came into this game with a 150-something ERA in this ballpark. We checked that 268, but 142 in 3 starts here last year. And the Pirates needed a stopper. They had not beat the Cubs. They had not been very competitive against the Cubs in their previous 5 games, but he was rock solid here this afternoon.
Benny's Beverage Depot is the official champagne provider of the Chicago Cubs. So that will wrap up our coverage of Cubs baseball. We're back on CSN to start this upcoming road trip, 7 o'clock Central Time. The Cubs and the Brewers from Milwaukee. For JD and our entire crew here at Wrigley Field, Len Casper with your final score. Pirates 2, Cubs 1. Stay tuned. More to come. Blue Cross Blue Shield Cubs post-game live is next.